U.S. troops at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Here's CBS's Linda Kenyon.
Talks are ongoing between the U.S. and Iran as President Trump insists Iran end its nuclear program.
So far, they do a lot of talking and no action.
One action the president says he would like to see is a regime change in Iran.
Well, it seems like that would be the best thing that could happen.
In the meantime, Trump is ramping up the U.S. military presence in the Middle East.
Tremendous power has arrived, and additional power, as you know, another carrier is going out shortly.
Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Trump is also promising changes to an election process he claims is corrupt. CBS's Cammie McCormick says he's demanding Congress enact tough voter ID laws to go into effect with this fall's elections.
President Trump, in a Truth Social post, called on Republicans to put the issue at the top of every speech. He called it a can't miss for re-election in the midterms. He said if Congress won't approve new laws, he'll present them in the form of an executive order.
The partial government shutdown is about 6 hours away after Democrats and Republicans failed to come up with a compromise for restrictions on what ICE can and cannot do. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
It appears increasingly likely that at midnight tonight, DHS funding for the Coast Guard, for FEMA, and for TSA will lapse. Why? Because Donald Trump and Republicans have decided that they have zero interest in getting ICE under control.
Investigators hope the evidence they've found this week leads them to Nancy Guthrie nearly 2 weeks after the 84-year-old woman vanished. CBS's Andres Gutierrez is in Tucson.
Investigators did recover gloves during a search of Nancy's neighborhood. A pair was found about a mile and a half away from here, and those have also been sent out for testing. Authorities confirm that they have received some DNA evidence results back, but none of them have led to a name for this suspect.
Tomorrow marks 8 years since the shootings that killed 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. CBS Miami's Steve McGarry says the Broward County School District commemorated the date today with a day of service.
For these students, it's a moment of reflection, reminding them to remember the 17 people that were killed in the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. All of the victims' names were read aloud.
It just reflects on all of us. Like, it's very impactful for all of us.
The South Broward High students spent the morning with Hearts and Crafts, where they wrote inspiring messages.
Wall Street, the Dow gained 49 points. The Nasdaq lost 51. This is CBS News.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth. 48 Hours, Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Coming up, a federal investigation into a local school district. That's after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
Thank you, Aaron. Seattle Sports has the update. Give yourself some extra time to get where you need to be this afternoon with heavy rain across the map. Just about every major route is taking on added delays. Let's start up north. Everett to Marysville, a 20-minute trip, which is double the norm. You're solid from the Boeing Freeway into Marysville. Getting there from Seattle will take you 50 minutes. Solid backup starting in Shoreline through Linwood. Really thick in Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, 55 minutes. Scattered backup start in Bellevue. Continue all the way up into Alderwood. South 5 heading into Seattle. We're packed from Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge. 35-minute drive from Linwood to Seattle. Coming northbound through Seattle is scattered backup starting at the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal. 40 minutes through downtown. South Center, North 405 is packed from I-5 through the Renton S-curves. And Tacoma to Olympia, an hour, 20-minute drive. South 5 slows through South Tacoma. You've got a 5-mile bumper-to-bumper grind through JBLM. And then scattered backups from Nisqually all the way into Olympia. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Federal civil rights investigators are now probing the Puyallup School District. This after a 16-year-old female wrestler claims she was sexually assaulted during a match with a transgender opponent. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has the latest.
The U.S. Department of Education's Civil Rights Division will focus on whether the district allowed male students to compete in female sports, allowed males to access locker rooms designated for female students, and failed to adequately respond to allegations of sexual assault. We've reached out to the Puyallup School District for comment, but so far, no response. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
One police officer's hurt, a suspect in critical condition after a shootout in Ballard. This happened last night near Adams Elementary. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin has more.
The violent scene now has one parent questioning his family's future in Seattle.
You can tell by my accent that we're not from here. It's like, it's at the point where, what point do we actually move home? Because this sort of thing doesn't happen.
Adams principal Douglas Sohn sent a letter to parents saying, quote, I recognize that incidents like this can be unsettling. Counseling and support services will be available at school to support any students or staff who may need help processing this event.
Shooting unfolded after a domestic violence call where police say a man was following a woman he knows. The suspect opened fire when police arrived. One officer suffered a graze wound. Homeless encampment near the Burke-Gilman Trail in Seattle's Ballard neighborhood has been swept by the city. As KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon reports, it popped up again nearby.
We first told you about this encampment back in January. That's when Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson decided to delay the sweep to try to find housing and resources for people living there. The city was able to find housing for 6 people, but one person in that encampment told us that at least 30 people had been living there. Many of those now setting up a new encampment just 2 blocks away nearer Fred Meyer.
Wednesday's Super Bowl parade was a record-setting day for transit across our region. The CEO, Dow Constantine, says more than 200,000 people packed onto Sound Transit trains. That number may grow once the final ridership numbers are tallied. Weather updates, looking at rain today into tomorrow morning, then starting to dry out tomorrow afternoon. Sunday looks mostly dry. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Yes, please, be informative.
I mean, are we just like bored, spoiled children who've just been lying in the bathtub all day, just playing with their plastic duck, and now they're just thinking, well, what can I do?
That's it.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
We are bored. We're all bored now.
No offense, Aaron. That's not about you.
None taken.
It's the plastic duck. That's what it is. Yeah. Wally Shung, Andre Gregory from My Dinner with Andre. Seen it yet, Joe?
I have not. But I do have it.
Oh, it's on. Oh, okay. You have it. Whatever that means. All right. You went over to Blockbuster over the weekend?
No, I have
Be
a
kind,
friend.
rewind. Diving in the news! Wouldn't it be fun if I were frozen into a block of ice and for like 30 years, then defrosted, and then doing a radio show, having no idea of any technical advances?
It's kind of what it feels like.
There we are. All right. I've got you some. Hey, fax them those questions. All right. Wrong piece of paper. I was thinking it is Valentine's Day tomorrow. Still time to shop. Head on over to 7-Eleven and get yourself one of those chocolate roses. The gals love those.
Very popular.
Write that down, Aaron. And in honor of Valentine's Day, you're going to have wife number 1 come on.
One of 3, by the way. People always ask.
I'm just gonna. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a woman. Next plan is just to find a woman I hate and then just buy her a house. Don't bother marrying her.
Makes sense.
Cut right to it.
Yep.
Now it's not gonna be anymore. This is it. No. Anyway, Paula comes on because it being Valentine's Day. This is not going to be a good day for. Or is it today or tomorrow? What's it? I think it's today. Bad things are going to happen, and then in a couple more days, things are going to get even worse for young lovers.
The next 3 days are just
bad. Very bad. It's some happy news. Boy, imagine that coming from Mac's wife. Plus, also a day in history. We'll go look back to the Lindbergh baby. The trial ends. Boy, I'll tell you something. When you read the evidence that they had against this guy, it's like, really? You're going to execute him based on that? Boy, kind of spoiled it for everybody. Why do we kiss? The evolutionary... this is the problem that people have. I've seen it described, and it really takes the whole lovemaking out of it when you read about the kissing. You know why your dog licks your face? It may be very similar to that. You know why your dog licks your face?
No, I don't think so.
Anybody? Anyone? Anyone listening? Anyone?
Wyatt?
Is it because they're being submissive towards you?
They're hoping you vomit whatever you have in your stomach into their mouth.
Oh, that's not exactly what I was thinking of. No.
That's the same reason we kiss, apparently.
I don't believe that.
It's a little Valentine's Day humor. Andrea Suarez comes by. So apparently they did the sweep, and where they did, they swept him 30 feet or 30 yards away. Plus, Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle has, she says, during, what is it called, Hawks Alley? Is it where they have all the...
Hawk Alley.
Hawk Alley. Yeah. They've got all the RVs. Well, one of them caught on fire last night, burned a bunch of cable lines, and now, as Andrea says, they're going to take these RVs, and they're going to put them all in a big lot. So it's going to be that much easier for them all to catch each other on fire. Plus also the story of the American who is Chinese, who is American, who has decided to ski for China instead of the United States. The backstory to that is interesting, and it might help cool some of the feverish rhetoric revolving around her. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. Joe's really in the romantic mood today. The science of soulmates.
Oh, my.
There's really someone out there just for you. What happened to my music? There it is. Thank you. And then also the Karen of the war. You deal with a Karen. Takes an awful lot of patience and confidence. You need to be dedicated, and then you get an award. Did he actually get the award, the police officer?
Yeah, he put a commendation in his file. Deputy Sheriff.
Let's see. I think Jake and Spike played it earlier, but boy, this Karen had a lot to say to this police officer, and he was the best. And then also, was it okay? Katie Wilson, the mayor of Seattle, who, by the way, I endorsed only because I want to see socialism work without having to murder 100 million people. Can it work? If not, then let's move on to some other ideas. Put that one to bed. Put it in the grave with all the other people that have been murdered. So Katie Wilson turns off Seattle's surveillance cameras. She hasn't turned them off.
Nope.
There's 63 cameras, and she's basically thinking, she might do, I guess, an executive decision and say, you know what, let's not have the cameras in place. We don't know yet if that's going to be the case. But if you're a criminal and they do turn them off, go to town. Again, not encouraging it, but just saying it's going to be a lot easier to steal when you don't have the cameras up catching you later on. Okay.
What is that bag behind you? Is that your lunch?
No. That is somebody's.
Yeah, get that out of
North Seattle. Oh, this is the guy from the electric. The guy that was in here, Chuck, earlier.
Huh.
He left this behind.
Interesting. All right. Speaker?
That's something free. Here you go.
Fun.
It was a gift. I just thought of you.
Thank you, honey. Is that
that's for you? All right. Tomorrow being Valentine's Day, I think this is the most romantic love letter I have ever come across. It's from a guy by the name of Sullivan Ballou. He was an attorney who joined the fight in 1860 in the Civil War. He's fighting the Union side. And in this letter that he sends to his dear wife, he has two children, two small young boys, and he's basically explaining to her, I have a love for you, but I have this love for the country, and I need to balance the two, and you need to understand that I must fight for this country, and you have to understand, in a way, he's sort of putting his love of the country ahead of her. Have you ever heard the letter?
No.
Whew, yeah. Okay, I'll read it for you. My very dear wife, indications very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. Lest I shall not be able to write you again, I feel compelled to write a few lines that may fall upon your eyes when I shall be no more. Our movement may be a few days' duration, full of pleasure. It may be one of severe conflict and death for me. Not my will, but thy, O God, be done. If it is necessary that I shall fall on the battlefield for any country, I am ready. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause for which I'm engaged. My courage does not falter. I know how strongly American civilization now leans upon the triumph of this government and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us, the blood and the suffering, the revolution, and I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys in this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt. My dear wife, when I know that with my own joys I lay down nearly all of yours and replace them in this life with care and sorrow, when after having eaten for long years of bitter fruit of orphanage myself, I must offer it to my dear little children, it is weak or dishonorable while the banner of my purpose floats calmly and proudly in the breeze, that my unbound love for you, my darling wife and children, shall struggle in fierce, though useless, contest with my love of country. I cannot describe to you my feelings on this calm summer night, when 2,000 men are sleeping around me, many of them enjoying the last, perhaps, before death. I am suspicious that death is creeping behind me, his fatal dart, and communing with God, my country, and thee. I have sought more closely and diligently upon my breast for wrong motives in this haphazard willingness and happiness of love, a pure love of my country and the principles that I have often advocated for before people, the name of honor that I love more than I fear death, have called upon me, and I have obeyed. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to blind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break, and yet my love for country comes over me like a strong wind and bears me irresistibly on all those chains to the battlefield, the memory of all the blissful moments I have spent with you, crowding over me and feeling more deeply grateful to God and you. I have enjoyed them so long, and how hard it is for me to give them up and burn to ashes the hopes of future years when, God willing, we might still have lived and loved together and seen our boys grow up as honorable men around us. I know I have few claims upon divine providence, but something whispers to me, perhaps it's the waft prayers of little Edgar, that I shall return to my loved one unharmed. If I do not, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I love you, nor that when my last breath escapes me on the battlefield, I will whisper your name. Forgive my faults and many pains I have caused you, how thoughtless and how foolish I have ofttimes been, and how glad I would wash the tears away, every little spot upon the happiness, and struggle with all the misfortunes of this world to shield you and the children from harm. But I cannot. I must watch you from the spirit and land and hover near you. But while you buffet the storms with your precious little freight, and wait in sad patience till we meet again. Oh, Sarah, if the death can come back to this earth and flit unseen around those they love, I shall always be near you in the garish day and the darkest night, midst your happiest scenes and gloomiest hours, always, always be there. And if the soft breeze fans your cheek, it shall be my breath, or the cool air, your throbbing temples. It shall be my spirit passing by you, Sarah, and do not mourn me, dear. I think I am gone, and wait for me, for we shall meet again. And that is a letter. You can see how he's torn by the idea of fighting for the country, believing the country, and then putting the country first above his love for his wife and his kids. A week later, a 6-pound cannonball tears off his right leg and kills his horse. He is carried off the field. The remainder of his leg is amputated at a makeshift hospital. And then they are defeated. The Union Army was defeated in battle and forced to retreat back to Washington. He died of his injuries a week later and was buried in a church graveyard. He was one of the 95 men of the 2nd Rhode Island killed, mortally wounded there at Bull Run. He was 32 at the time, and his wife was 24 years old. There you go. Yeah, I mean, somebody had said, well, you know, that was somebody had only been educated to like the 2nd grade, but he was an attorney. But boy, those words, amazing. It's called the Sullivan Ballou, Major Sullivan Ballou's letter that he wrote to his wife on July 14th, 1861.
I bet she loved it.
Well, huh?
Ay.
Yeah, I mean, I love that part about the idea that if you can come back, right?
I'll be the wind on your temples.
Yeah, put that music in there, Joe. Ready? Ready? It should be my breath, or the cool air that throbs your temple. It should be my spirit passing by you. Sarah, do not mourn me, dear. Think I am gone. Wait for me, for we shall meet again. Yep, there we go. Never mind. All right. There you go. Now you're doing it. All righty. You write a love letter like that? You did. You wrote a song to your wife when you were high, and it was about a dog.
Oh, wow. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's unforgettable.
I have written some pretty lengthy love letters in my day. Actually consider myself a pretty good love letter writer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. You gonna play one of those for us? You got one?
I do not. Maybe I could find the dog song, but that was knee deep in an Ambien stupor.
That's right.
That I had no
and
recollection.
And that was a love to the dog. It was a love letter to the dog. Yeah. Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
A little mortifying, but
I think that would be good. Rather than buying a gift. This is my way of getting out of buying a gift. I think a love letter would be appropriate.
I agree. And something that we have one. I wrote the first Valentine's Day that I spent with my wife. I wrote her this letter that we have. It's folded and framed and sealed with a piece of wax. I have this W seal, and she framed it. It's sitting there right on our mantle.
Oh, see that?
Yeah.
And don't let AI write it for you.
You want to hear the Ambien song?
Yes, this is
Okay.
Joe had taken way too much Ambien and then for some reason decided to sing a song to his dog.
I called my then girlfriend, left her a voicemail, had no recollection of doing it, and she played it for me the next day. It went like
Okay,
this.
here we go.
Don't forget to cuddle down. Don't you make him sleep anywhere else except your bed. Let him lay his head on a pillow next to yours. He puts forth and he loves to lay his head next to yours.
Nice.
Thanks.
Dog's name was?
Dell.
Your dog's name now is?
Dell.
No, what's his long name?
Delhart Jerome.
That's it. Okay.
My previous dog was Openstein Federico Esteban Longbody, but we called him Obi.
Okay. Here comes Short Body Nate in there checking traffic. Nathan?
Thank you. Seattle Sports has the update. Everett to Marysville, 25 minutes. That's a 15-minute delay. Getting there from Seattle and Bellevue. Both routes just hit 1 hour, so I-5 starts to fill in near 130th and Northgate all the way through Linwood. And 405, we're solid now from Bellevue into Alderwood. South 5, packed from Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge at Lake City Way. We have a new stall in the right lane. 35-minute drive from Linwood to Seattle. North 5, you're looking at scattered backups starting at the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal Bridge, 40 minutes through downtown. Bellevue to South Center is a 35-minute commute. You're slow from 520 to the Renton Landing, but it gets real thick at about Northeast 8th through Factoria. Seattle to Federal Way, 45 minutes. It's jam-packed from Inner Urban Avenue all the way down to 516, and as you approach 516, you're pretty much not at a standstill. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, we're pushing 50 minutes. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, organization, stress-free home for you is just waiting. You know what it is? It's a closet. You're thinking, wait, how do I get stress-free with a closet? Because think about how disorganized the house is. There's probably a couple of places. You ever organize the junk drawer and then all of a sudden you open it back up and oh my gosh, it's so organized. I feel so much better. Don't mind opening the drawer. Same thing with closets. Some people have very organized houses and a lot of people have very disorganized houses. And the first step is going to be able to get a closet for you you that helps you organize everything. When Closets by Design came out to Cle Elum Barn there, out to White Barn, they did a job that we would never imagine. We had all sorts of different ideas, Nick and I. But when the great designer from Closets by Design came out, they came up with stuff we hadn't even thought of. The entire row of cabinets in the garage. Hadn't thought about that. A brand new cabinet in the washer-dryer room that wood matches all the rest of the wood that's in there. Absolutely the best. It is truly customized without the customized prices. Closets by Design, 40% off, plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO Newsradio.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO Newsradio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Landlords, things are changing. New laws, higher costs, less flexibility. Selling without a tax plan can be a very unpleasant surprise. John Curley here. Madrona Financial is hosting free in-person landlord workshops to help you understand your rental performance and how to sell tax efficiently. Workshops are Tuesday the 17th at 3 p.m. at UW-Tacoma and Wednesday the 18th at 3 p.m. at Bellevue College. Seats are limited. Reserve at madronafinancial.com or call 833-673-7370. 73.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-OA.
1-800-DUI-OA.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Lawmakers have now left the nation's capital with no plan in place to fund the Department of Homeland Security. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says Democrats remain deadlocked with Republicans over new limits on ICE.
Donald Trump and Republicans have decided that they have zero interest in getting ICE under control.
CBS's Nicole Killian has more from Capitol Hill.
There have been offers that have been going back and forth, but Democrats want to see some type of legislative commitment before they greenlight additional funding to ICE and other agencies, including the entire Department of Homeland Security.
All southbound lanes of I-5 slammed to a stop this morning near the Puyallup River Bridge. That's where troopers say a suspected impaired driver was going 102 miles an hour. He lost control, hit another car, then bounced off the center median. Trooper Cameron Watts tells us an officer then rushed in.
During that situation, that subject gave fight to the trooper, but that trooper was able to overcome that.
Amazingly, nobody was seriously hurt. Burien police say they found a missing boy early this morning, and now he is in some serious trouble with the law.
They found this boy behind the wheel of a stolen Honda Civic. Just after midnight, it was spotted weaving around without any lights on. A Burien deputy pulled the car over, and the driver, who, by the way, is not old enough to even have a learner's permit, had been reported missing. He was taken to the juvenile detention center, but they wouldn't let him in because he claimed he'd smoked a pound of fentanyl. So the deputy took him to the hospital, which cleared him to go back to juvenile detention. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
NBA may be inching closer to bringing back the Sonics. ESPN's Shams Charania says next month's Board of Governors meeting will dig deeper into the financials and logistics of adding expansion teams.
And then potentially in the summer, as 2026 goes on, have a potential determination. But my understanding is Seattle and Las Vegas are the front runners.
But while expansion talk is gaining steam, any new teams are likely years away still. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 3:32. We check in with Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Simply Seattle has our update. Heavy rain adding to our typical backups this afternoon. In fact, some of our drive times are already double the norm. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett. Give yourself a solid hour. I-5 is pretty clear once you cross the Ship Canal Bridge until you get about 130th and Northgate. From there, it is thick all the way through North Linwood. And then 405, we're solid from Bellevue all the way to the Alderwood interchange. And then, of course, you'll hook into that North 5 backup. Everett to Marysville, we're pushing a half hour. That's double the norm. South 5 heading into Seattle. It is solid from Northgate all the way to the West Seattle Bridge. And again, at Lake City Way, we've got this new crash in the right lane. So Linwood to Seattle, we just shot up to a 50-minute commute. North 5, scattered backup starting at the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. It's about 40 minutes to clear this. Bellevue to South Center, give yourself 40 minutes. We're slow from 520 all the way to the Renton Landing. You'll catch a little break, and then it's solid again along South Center. Seattle to Federal Way, 45 minutes. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, pushing 50. And Tacoma to Olympia has been struggling all afternoon. We're at about an hour and 20 minutes. That's a good 35-minute delay there. You're slow through South Tacoma. You've got a 5 to 6 mile bumper-to-bumper backup through JBLM, and then scattered slowing from Nisqually all the way into Olympia. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Visit them at simplyseattle.org. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Now to your forecast. Looking at rain right now. Some showers continuing into tomorrow morning. Beginning to dry out, though, by tomorrow afternoon. And then mainly dry with some sun breaks on Sunday. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 1-888-973-5476. Man, it's cold in here, and then it's hot in here, and it's cold. It's chilly again. I wish I had some 5.11 tactical clothing. It's both reliable and rugged, and would certainly warm us up, don't you think, Joe?
Do you mean the pioneering, purpose-driven brand making purpose-built gear for those who demand more of themselves for the greater good?
Always demanding more.
Where can we find some of that?
I have no idea.
511tactical.com.
Hey.
I'm just guessing. Maybe. I don't know if that's correct.
It's called the puppy dog sale. You give the first one away for free. And you come back later on. You say, how much is the puppy?
I see you working.
Yeah. All right. Let's stay in history.
We actually have an actual sponsor we have to mention.
Okay.
Home Comfort Alliance.
Home Comfort Alliance. See you, Troy. Home Comfort Alliance, when it comes to heating and cooling and plumbing, you say, can they also do electric? It seems like a lot. Heating, cooling, and then would they be able to do electric? Because I don't want to see anybody get electrocuted. Yes, they do electric. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical.
Plumbing too?
Plumbing. But don't be working in the toilet while you're working with the wires. Ooh. That's homecomfortalliance.com, homecomfortalliance.com right there for you. All right, thank you, Joe, for that. By the way, the know-it-all quiz is going to be having teeny tiny lady spinning slowly on the rotating sphere of death. She knows that a whole box of Bite Me cookies come your way. All you have to do is be able to give Joe one interesting thing about yourself. You find yourself on the radio at 5:30 playing the Know-It-All quiz.
Anything.
1-888-973-5476. Moxie Casino Resort text line, 1-888-973-5476. All sorts of interesting things people have shared with us. Be nice if it were somewhat true. If you feel that you need to sort of, push the bounds of between fiction and reality, go ahead.
Just make sure you can sell it.
Exactly. If we were to ask you a question,
yes,
I generally have some answers. Yep. All right, this day in history, here we go. Galileo arrives in Rome to face the charges of heresy. Yep, I think they basically sent him to his room for, I forget how long. Kind of like home detainment. After he was like, thinking about it, I think we go around the sun.
Can't do that.
Away he goes. 1778, John Adams prepares to sail to France. It's a big deal. Hope everybody enjoyed his trip. 1932, the Lindbergh trial begins. Nice cough, Joe. Thank you for that. 1987, Wall Street Informer. This is Martin Siegel. He pleads guilty insider trading schemes.
At home confinement.
About 10,000 other people that are involved in that sort of stuff. Okay, the Lindbergh story is interesting. So the trial ends. They get this poor schmuck, and they're like, and some of the evidence was like, really? Didn't matter. They're like, we love Charles Lindbergh. He's a hero. So they take this poor guy. A year later, they execute him. But here is people still believe that it was an inside job. And you're thinking, but who? Lindbergh himself. Here's the theory. Charles Lindbergh in the 1930s really got into this idea of healthy genes and sort of the master race general philosophy that involved murdering a bunch of Jews. And he wasn't so big on the fact that his baby had some medical issues. Had like a rickets kind of thing, a problem with the bone density. Had to give the kid a tremendous amount of like vitamin D injections and a whole bunch of other stuff. So here's a theory that Lindbergh was like, my own kid is kind of weak and probably won't grow up to be that strong or might even die later after they hit their teens. So, again, this is the theory that Lindbergh himself helped to orchestrate the kidnapping of the child. And the reason they point to it is that Lindbergh, it says that he was out. To this date marks the first time Lindbergh inadvertently missed a public speaking engagement. He came home from New York City, where he had worked, instead of going to dinner where he was speaking. Was it merely a coincidence, or did he choose to facilitate the kidnapping, maybe by diverting attention from the boy's second-floor bedroom or to the outlook to allow the abductors or abductee to escape down the back staircase? No one will ever know for sure. But that certainly has an interesting wrinkle to it that old, doing the Lindy hop, old Lindy himself might have been saying, I don't like this kid having some problems.
Yeah.
Hurting the old super race kind of stuff.
And the guy was just some carpenter they arrested. They didn't have a lot of evidence. He
found a ladder.
They gave him the death penalty.
Yes.
He professed his innocence to the very end. Probably could have spared himself the death penalty if he pled guilty, but he wasn't willing to. So he hit the chair.
Yeah. He was the most famous man in the world at the time, the sensational kidnapping. And at that time, there was a lot of people were doing a lot of kidnapping. It's an easy way to make a whole bunch of money to kidnap, which leads us, we have any updates on the latest with
Nancy
Savannah's?
Guthrie?
Yeah.
No, not really. Other than they upped the reward, they doubled it from $50,000 to $100,000, which an ex-FBI agent says that's not even remotely close to enough. This reward needs to be like $1 million
For somebody to come forward.
Right.
Because once you start at 50, people are just waiting it out. They're like, okay, I'm not going to say anything until you get up to $500,000 or something.
Right.
And then if they notice you keep doing it, then they'll just keep waiting it out. There were drops of blood found there on the porch. They believe is either from her head or her hand. And she also needs medical attention, or she needs at least prescription drugs. She's in her 80s. And then the last story that I had seen is that this is changing how some of these TV hosts or on-air personalities are showing people, here's where I live, this is my mom, this is our house, this is where I grew up. It wouldn't be so likely to reveal all of that to the general public.
Right. And for some reason, TMZ is like Grand Central for the ransom notes. Every note that changes demands or gives an update or says, hey, we need this by this date is all sent to Harvey Levin at TMZ.
Well, Harvey Levin, isn't he also mentioned in the Epstein file?
Sure is, but they haven't reported on that yet.
Boy, Joe is still deep into that stuff. We're going to hit all of it on Monday because we have seen some indication that more and more stuff is coming out. They also believe more people will be resigning or quietly pursuing other interests, like spending more time with their family and then also regretting spending time with Jeffrey Epstein over the weekend. That will be more heads will roll. And Massey did an interview, and he said there's stuff in the child pornography and the video and the photos, and Massey's asking for, well, why aren't these people, if you know who they are, why aren't you going and arresting them? And there's silence, and it's like, wait a minute. You know, there are all of the survivors. Those are all the victims. They've all said all this stuff. You haven't investigated. Why isn't the DOJ investigating these? And then if they can actually point to somebody, now maybe a statute of limitations running out on some of it, but at least, dig in and go get.
But it's a hoax.
Okay. All right, let's do this. We'll find out why we kiss. It has nothing to do with your dog wanting you to regurgitate whatever you ate. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan?
Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett. Give yourself 1 hour to make these drives. I-5 is solid from Northgate through Linwood. 405 is solid from Bellevue all the way to that Alderwood interchange. Now, if you're heading into Seattle from the north end, South 5, we're now packed from 130th to Northgate. And that doesn't let up till you get down to the West Seattle Bridge. Now, at Lake City Way, we have a collision blocking your right lane. Linwood to Seattle just shot up to 55 minutes. That's double the norm. North 5 is still hanging on at this steady backup, starting at the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal. It's 40 minutes to make it through downtown Seattle northbound. Over in Bellevue, we've got a new collision. South 405 and Northeast 8th. It's blocking your left toll lane. Traffic starts to slow back near Northeast 60th in Kirkland and really doesn't let up to your all the way down to the VMAX. So right now, Bellevue to South Center is going to take you close to 40 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, we're up to 50 minutes, and we are now bumper to bumper along the entire stretch from Interurban Avenue all the way down to State Route 516, Tacoma to Olympia, an hour 10. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have 3 big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities.
Now through March 22nd, switch to Comcast Business and get started with 150 megabit internet plus Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or ask how to lock in your rate for 5 years on a qualifying internet bundle and get a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. For a limited time only. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Hey, let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Oh, great idea. But first, we should get a new TV, one of the top-rated brands, Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, I'll start shopping on the internet and then head over to the Warehouse Club.
Well, but if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at video only, not online or at the club.
Video only?
Yep. We can save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Or we'll be sorry.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 1-888-973-5476. One lucky person will get a chance to play the Know-It-All quiz. Great honor bestowed upon you and your family. Non-transferable, by the way. Got one interesting thing about yourself to Joe, and next thing you know, you are a radio star. Woo! Not that hard. You hear the people here in KIRO.
That's right.
All radio stars. Come on in, everybody. 1-888-973-5476. Let's see. Why do we kiss? So I think it's coyotes. If they come upon each other, they will lock jaws, lock teeth, and they're basically trying to figure out, are you part of my pack or are you a different pack? And if you're in a different pack, then they end up fighting and stuff. But they'll go up and sniff each other's noses, and that's how they get started. Ancient Egyptians used to smell each other's breath. Rub each, and then the Inuit people still do the old, nose against nose thing. What they're really doing is they're smelling each other, look at each other's faces and stuff, trying to figure out, or do I biologically, chemically, fit well together with you? You tell a lot about somebody. First kiss is a deal breaker. If it goes poorly, 59% of men say, I'm out. Of course, women, 66% of women forget about it. So a bad first kiss, that's the end of it. Now, why do we kiss? And more people kissing because, of course, the Valentine's Day coming up. Let's see if the thing will play. Here we go. Biologically, it's necessary.
There are some hypotheses for why kissing might have evolved.
Yes.
So for sexual kissing, we think it might be something to do with mate assessment. Basically, before you get to the stage where you're investing in reproducing with another individual, having a little bit of a kiss could be a way of testing the waters, but also you're checking that they're healthy. If they smell a bit ill, you might want to swerve away. And then the other idea is that it could be basically a type of foreplay. So individuals are becoming aroused before copulating, and that can actually increase the chance of fertilization during copulation. For non-sexual kissing, so platonic kissing, like for example, between a mother and offspring or between friends, we think that's to do with bonding. Obviously really important for mothers and offspring to bond, but there are other ways that kissing could be useful in a kind of friendly way too. Primates in particular are extremely sociable, and so being able to kind of navigate any tricky social situations with a bit of a kiss could be really helpful.
Oh, okay. Everybody feel better about that? I saw a study a couple of years ago saying that you should, I think is it 20 seconds every single day? In the morning and in the evening, you should spend at least, I think, 20 seconds kissing your significant other, especially before you leave for work, before you go to bed. That once that bond is severed, it's hard to that's where it should all start, with the kiss. That's what they're saying.
20 seconds is longer than it sounds like. You sure it's 20 seconds?
Well,
that's like leading to other things long.
It doesn't have to be you're locked in for 20 seconds. It's not like you're trying to win a car on some AM radio show.
Oh, I see.
A little kissy, and then
cumulative.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up on the Googleating machine. All right. I don't want anybody in there for 20 seconds of, whoa, what happened? I never made it to work. All right, here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan?
All righty then. This one brought to us by Subaru of Puyallup, Everett to Marysville, 25 minutes. It is solid from the Boeing Freeway all the way to State Route 528 heading into Marysville. And now it's bumper to bumper northbound on 529 between Everett and Marysville. Now, South 5 heading into Seattle struggling, as is a lot of our commutes this afternoon. With South 5, you're packed back from 130th and Northgate all the way to the West Seattle Bridge. We did clear our collision at Lake City Way, so that'll start helping out a little bit. Right now, Linwood to Seattle is going to take you 50 minutes. North 5, scattered backups in the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal Bridge, 40 minutes through downtown Seattle. Over on the east side, South 405 and Northeast 8th, we just cleared a collision at that location from the left toll lane. It's now on your shoulder, though, so keep an eye out for it if you're heading that way. Seattle to Federal Way pushing 50 minutes, and we're bumper to bumper from Tukwila all the way down past State Route 516. South Center to Bellevue on 405 is a 40-minute commute. You're bumper to bumper through South Center. You'll thin out by the time you hit the VMAC. And Tacoma to Olympia, give yourself an hour and 10 minutes this afternoon. Visit Subaru of Puyallup for friendly experts, transparent pricing, genuine care and savings during the Subaru A Lot to Love event through March 31st. SubaruofPuyallup.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Man, can Seattle and the 12s throw a party or what?
They're thinking there could be up to 1 million 12s for this parade.
We're the best in the world! You know, me and so many others remember taking my kid to the parade 12 years ago. And now another generation gets to share that.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Hey, we not done. We coming back next year.
KIRO News Radio.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details. Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. All of us on the farm want to congratulate our football team on a winning season. And I want to remind you, the shape of a football, it's kind of like an egg. Sure, one's for touchdowns, the other's for healthy breakfast. But you score with both. So celebrate the season with locally fresh eggs from Wilcox, because both scramble pretty well. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Crooked teeth may embarrass kids whose families can't afford braces, and trying to fix their teeth themselves can make things worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. For children and teens who qualify and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, treatment can be life-changing and help them smile with confidence. Learn more at aaoinfo.org.
Join in on the conversation by sending a text to 888-973-5476. That's 888-973-KIRO.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call Harold Car Law Offices right away. They'll save you time and get you more money from insurance while you're able to focus on recovering. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call CAR.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File today the easy way in the Credit Karma app.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Peter King. Tomorrow marks 2 weeks since 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home near Tucson, and investigators are hoping the possible evidence they found this week means they're closer to finding her and her kidnappers. CBS's Andres Gutierrez is there.
There are at least 400 members of law enforcement who are on the ground, local, state, federal, working this case. Authorities say that they have received more than 30,000 calls and tips since this all began. The sheriff is pushing back on reports that there are tensions between his office and the FBI, saying that the two agencies are working side by side.
President Trump says regime change in Iran would be good for the U.S. He said that after he spoke about the U.S. attack on Iran's nuclear sites to U.S. troops at Fort Bragg.
We have a situation right now where we sent a very big carrier group to Iran. I'd love to see if we could make a deal. They've been difficult to make a deal. I thought we would have had a deal last time. They wish they did. And that's where we did Midnight Hammer.
Homeland Security funding runs out in just under 5 hours. That means many DHS employees will be working with no paychecks. Democrats and Republicans have been unable to agree on a compromise to put restrictions on what ICE is allowed to do moving forward. CBS's Nicole Killian.
There have been offers that have been going back and forth, but Democrats want to see some type of legislative commitment before they greenlight additional funding to ICE and other agencies, including the entire Department of Homeland Security.
The FAA and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy are doubling down on efforts to stop airlines from using DEI measures when hiring pilots. More from CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Under the new mandate, all U.S. carriers will be required to certify that they are not hiring based on race or sex, and failure to do so could subject the airlines to a federal investigation. The FAA administrator says someone's race, sex, or creed has nothing to do with their ability to fly and land aircraft safely.
It was 8 years ago tomorrow a gunman went to Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High in Parkland, Florida, and killed 14 students. 3 staff members. Today, they were remembered during a day of service.
At South Broward High School, the names of all of those killed on that awful day 8 years ago were read aloud.
It just reflects on all of us. Like, it's very impactful for all of us.
Students spent the morning writing inspiring messages on hearts. The principal says it is a way to remember those who died 8 years ago and allows staff and students to honor those who died that day. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here? How is this possible? Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60 Minutes.
Coming up, why the federal government is investigating a local school district. It's one story we get to after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Oh, it is a busy one out there, Aaron. This one brought to us by Simply Seattle. Seattle to Everett's going to take you an hour and 10 minutes now. Thick backup, some Northgate through North Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, also hour 10. You're solid from South Bellevue to Alderwood. South 5 heading into Seattle. It's packed now, closer to 145th there near the Jackson Golf Course and Shoreline, all the way to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle's at 45 minutes. North 5 still solid from the Michigan curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. It's going to take you 45 minutes to clear this. Northbound 99 through Seattle is now pretty solid from East Marginal all the way to South Lake Union. Bellevue to South Center, give yourself 35 minutes. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, 45 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, also 45 minutes. It is packed from Interurban Avenue all the way to State Route 516. And Tacoma to Olympia, we're holding steady at an hour and 10-minute commute. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear with both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and collectibles. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A domestic violence suspect in the hospital today following a shootout with Seattle police. This happened last night near Adams Elementary in Ballard. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports.
Today, Adams Elementary School is running on schedule, despite the crime scene on the front lawn just hours before.
Slightly traumatic for kids, right? We have to teach them that, this is normal, which it shouldn't be.
SPD tells us when responding to a domestic violence call, the suspect started shooting at officers. The police chief says 3 officers fired back, hitting the suspect multiple times.
That suspect was in critical condition at last check. One officer suffered a graze wound. A review says Seattle police helped fuel clashes at a 2025 Christian rally. The report found officers did not engage counter-protesters early on and also misunderstood the cultural significance of Cal Anderson Park. Body camera video showing police commander saying they were going in with, quote, guns blazing. Seattle Times reports city leaders say they're now weighing changes to how Seattle handles big demonstrations. U.S. Department of Education is investigating the Puyallup School District. This after a 16-year-old wrestler reported she was sexually assaulted during a match versus a transgender student.
The investigation will focus on whether the district allowed biological male athletes to compete in female sports, whether males were allowed to access locker rooms designated for biological females, and whether the district failed to adequately respond to allegations of sexual assault. The DOE says the Trump administration will not tolerate such conduct. Title IX prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle city crews have cleared one of Ballard's largest homeless encampments. That camp along the Burt-Gilman Trail housed roughly 30 people before yesterday's sweep. One of the men who lived there tells KIRO 7 TV most of them just moved down the streets.
It's a musical chairs thing, it's one person's problem, now it's another person's problem, and until these people complain enough, then they'll push this again and it'll be someone else's problem.
Sweep follows a month-long delay ordered by Mayor Katie Wilson. For your forecast, looking at showers today and into tomorrow, mainly dry though by Sunday. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show listener introduction line. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show. Thank you.
I'm as mad as hell,
oh, good.
And I'm not going to take this anymore.
Good. All right, then just don't take it. Let it out. Good for you. Vent the spleen. Dive it in. Well, this could upset some people. All right, I wrote to Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle. I said, can you come on the show? I love her response. I have no life. I will be there for you. Andrea Suarez. You do have a life, and it's a life dedicated to helping those people that find themselves probably the worst part in their life, out on the streets and not getting the true help that they need. All right, so the big news is that the sweep took place over there in Ballard. I don't know how many people were moved. The Seattle Times says that, they went in there and packed them up and left. What are we not hearing that hasn't been picked up in the news, Andrea Suarez?
We are not hearing that there will forever be a group of service-resistant people that do not want to go to shelters or tiny houses ever. They've already been there and done that. And that's the call to action to the mayor is what about the service-resistant folks that just moved 200 feet along the Burt Gilman Trail right behind me here in Ballard by the Fred Meyer.
Okay, so when they use the word sweep, they truly are just sort of sweeping them down the street there, right? So they moved down there. Did they give them anything after they sort of swept them? Did they give them new tents or tarps? Does the city provide extra stuff for them?
No, the city does not, but activists, mutual aid, other great neighbors will hand out free tents and tarps that have kind of adopted this group of homeless population here in Ballard.
Okay, and then so did some people get some housing?
From the camp, and I just talked to a lady who is here behind me. She said that one man named Marcus got housing at DESC out of that camp. And there might have been another person or two that got housing, but she's saying they weren't actually from that controversial camp, that might have been from a nearby tent dwelling of sorts. But what looks like there might be 30 people, 40 or 50. I mean, it's a revolving door of people coming and going in these encampments. Often people will say, I just hang out here, or I have housing, which is the exact situation we have behind me. So it's not always what meets the eyes and what's reported. That's why I like to get here out on the ground and see for myself.
You've been to a number of these sweeps. Does this thing seem any different with the new administration, or is this basically the same, set and release?
It's the same set and release. And I think that Mayor Wilson used her executive phone a friend power. I've done it as well. I've called Sharon Lee. I've called directors of programs and asked for, a favor, maybe a pregnant woman during winter or some situation like that, to get access to a tiny house or a hotel room. She called Dan Malone at DESC and got this guy an apartment at a brand new building up the road. And, that probably is going to burn a bunch of people who may have been in line for years or weeks or whatever that looks like. There really is a proper system, although bureaucratic and full of red tape. That what she did demonstrate is when you just pick up the phone and call people and get people indoors, maybe it isn't as cumbersome as it actually is.
You should work in the angles, maybe, if that's the case. The thing that sort of is curious. So you come off the street, you're addicted to drugs. We've talked about this numerous times. The choir could turn their page to page 112. You got a problem, you're addicted to drugs, you got all sorts of other issues. The city picks you up, gives you a place to live. You still carry the problems in there with you as if it's in a backpack. And then you live in this apartment for free, built by the taxpayers. And then is anything asked of you? Do you have to eventually go to a certain number of meetings? Do you have to be, pass a drug test? Do you have to apply for a job? Do you have to get a job? Do you have to then start paying rent? Or can you just sort of just live the rest of your life in the free apartment?
You can live the rest of your life in the free apartment and never have to enroll or talk to anybody ever again. And we see that day in, day out in these low barrier permanent supportive housing. I've seen men and women become emaciated, lose their teeth. Their apartments turn into trap houses. It's a tragedy. They get trapped in the cycle of addiction forever. And you can't really break free from that when your neighbor's your dealer and your other neighbor's your permanent supportive drug buddy. And that's what I call the fox guarding the hen house. It doesn't work.
I talked to a couple of people that are involved in these organizations, and they said the saddest thing is if you got somebody in there that's trying to make a better life for themselves, the guy on the other side of the wall is up till all hours. They're screaming and yelling. People running up and down the hallways, just busting up the place. And here you are trying to get some sleep because maybe you finally got your act together. You got a job, but you got to get up in the morning. But you're living in like a madhouse. And you can't evict. You can't evict the guy that's in the other apartment. He's in there for life.
Yeah, that's right. And why a lot of these, certainly the affordable housing occupancy rate is high low rather. It's because people don't want to live in these houses where their neighbor's probably, a drug addict or was placed there on rapid rehousing. And unfortunately, the original intent of permanent supportive housing was to be for the most gravely disabled, co-occurring mental health, physical limitations. And now they're just full of people addicted to fentanyl.
Let's talk about the two things. I want to get point in time, your update on that. But first, they have moved some RVs. Was there a fire last night or this morning? An RV caught on fire?
In Hawk Alley, which is Utah Ave in Soto, a dilapidated old RV caught on fire at 8 o'clock last night. The man survived. This is an RV that returned to Hawk Alley after the football season was over. And our city employees are out there, contractors rather, are gutting it and preparing it to be towed later today. Also seen there was Infinity that came out to restore the cable lines.
Oh, yeah.
And the city is currently proposing that we put all these dilapidated RVs in District 1 in a vacant land together.
Yeah.
So now you have a bunch of ticking time bombs all together that will, if ignited, will catch on like wildfire. So you can't have these dilapidated RVs out there in public spaces or in confined spaces.
The other thing is Joe has pointed out numerous times on the air and off the air, you're making it really convenient for drug dealers. If you put all the drug addicts in one place and you have them all there, you don't have to worry about the police coming in. It's just they're all your customers, right? They're at the RV or they're at some site or they're at some rehab place up in Capitol Hill. It just makes it so much. They have to cut down a lot of their transportation. They can't write off as much when it comes to their taxes. Yes, Joe. Joe has a question.
Well, I think it was in October of last year. We talked to Stephanie Mora, who was a city council member in Burien.
Yeah,
and they have a DESC facility there. And they had a resident that overdosed. And when her sister went to collect her belongings after she died, because she was in a room doing fentanyl by herself and nobody knew, they recovered her phone. And in her phone, and this is allegedly, apparently, but in her phone were messages from her drug dealer who was an employee at that facility.
Well, there you go. That makes sense.
2 jobs at once.
Yeah. It's, working extra hard. And that's a story you've heard before.
That.
Yes, right.
We hear it all the time. It's not allegedly. There's a reason why I'm banned. My photo is in the lobby of Plymouth Housing. I can't go in there because I'm a little tattletale. And I don't want to, these places we are housing drug dealers. There's known Plymouth Housing in downtown Seattle they are known where all the good dope is. It's where the dealers are. And that's why you see the clusters of people outside those apartment complexes, because that's where their dealer is. And that's where the 911 calls. That's where the fires are. It's what I would recommend to our council is to champion legislation that fines these facilities for being a nuisance to the block. Like at some point, umpteen 911 calls, you should get a ticket for being a nuisance property.
Yeah, I've seen Jonathan Cho go out there to, I guess there's one in Bellevue. Is that the one in Bellevue that he likes to find stuff? Let's just, with time remaining, the point in time. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. This is the count, right? So you go out there. The way it used to work was one night, volunteers go out and everybody they see sleeping under a tarp or in a sleeping bag or somewhere else. You count them. So then the University of Washington comes up with this idea that they're going to do the point in time count, and they were going to incentivize homeless people to come forward and say, yes, I'm homeless. You can count me. And then we'll give you something for it. Then they get a $25 gift card or a $50 gift card, and then they get some other stuff as well. How's that going?
The study is over. The 2-week intake to turn yourself in as being homeless is over, and the results are yet to come in. And the study is intended to count people who are truly outside in a doorstep, in a car, RV, really not inside a shelter or tiny house or government housing, because we can count those people in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. So we don't know what the results are yet, but I don't like the study. I think we should go back to the one night point in time.
So explain how it works. Somebody goes up there and says, I'm homeless. And then what happens? What's the next thing? This is from the University of Washington. Then what happens next?
They're given, it's called peer network censusing. They get a coupon, they go back to where their camp is, like something behind me, and they say, hey buddies, we need to count you. Here's your coupon. Go into the intake center down the road, maybe a food pantry. They will get a $25 gift card. That probably cost us $50,000+ to implement gift card system to get them to come turn themselves in. That gift card, I 100% will tell you, would get flipped 50 cents on the dollar for cash, and that cash would be used to buy drugs. That's just the reality of what's happening out here on the streets.
So somebody goes in, Bob goes in, says, I'm homeless. I said, okay, Bob, here's what, $25 for you?
It's a gift card, Visa, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Then he goes back to his camp, and then his associates are there. And then he says, hey, here's something for you. You go and you report as well, and then you can go get $25.
Yes. And if the person you give the coupon to turns themselves in, you get $5 more added to your debit card. So you can get up to 15 more bonus dollars if you find 3 buddies that will turn themselves in.
This had to be done at a university, especially a public financed university, that you would get individuals that would come up with this pointy-headed idea that somebody is going to be motivated to get up out of their tent, most likely raining outside, and go to one of these places, get this, and then carry that piece of paper back, motivated by $5, and give it to their friends, and then their friends are also going to get up out of the tent and go for $25 and go and turn themselves in. And then they thought there would this be chain reaction that everybody would be incentivized.
Yeah, one of my staffers volunteered to do surveys, and I was like, "How did it go tonight?" And he goes, we got like one guy." I was like, "And they're paying you $57 an hour?" Which was part of the stipend program to get volunteers with lived experience to do the surveying as well. So the whole thing cost a lot more money than it should have. It used to be volunteer based. You used to have to lay your eyes on people, no coupons. But yep, a university decided this was better.
Wait. Who's getting paid $57 an hour?
Well, one of our staffers, he got. If you're lived experience, if you're somebody that says, I was formerly homeless and I want to do the survey, I want to
Careful.
volunteer.
Okay.
And they're not volunteering, but they're getting paid $57 an hour to sit there for several hours and wait for people to turn themselves in. So they would be like the surveyor.
I got it. Right. So they're the ones that are going, okay, so thank you. Here's your name. We'll put you down. And now here's your gift card. So they're giving out gift cards. They're the ones giving out the gift cards. Oh, okay. And they're paying $57 an hour. By the way, is this the only count? Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle. Is this the only count they're doing?
Yes, this is the once every other year required by HUD to do this for grant purposes. And this is the new method, and we'll see what the numbers are. Of course, last year it was something like 16,000 people were homeless in King County. So we'll see what they come back with this time. And again, last time we talked, they can dial it any way they want. Is it 1.2 people per tent or 1.75? That will drastically change how many people they think are homeless per tent, which is another flawed element. One of the other questions on the survey is, how many people do you think are homeless back in your camp? And they fill out a little number, what they think. Is there 5 people or up to 100 people living in your camp? So it's very, very broadly, plus or minus 50% accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the response-driven sample, how peer-to-peer recruiting works, and they walk you through the whole thing. That's amazing. You would assume that somebody there from the University of Washington would have maybe an expert like yourself to explain, I know people, unfortunately, that are caught in this, enslaved by their addictions. And I can tell you, you're not going to see a lot of people be motivated to get up and go to one of these places and for $25. And they're also not going to be walking around handing these things out like Girl Scout cookies at a Rotary Club. Right? These are individuals that sort of are trying to stay by themselves. They're not be knocking on anybody's tent. Hey, you want to have a chance to get $25? Right? This is nonsense. Yeah. This is crap. I'll be shocked if the number comes anywhere near 16,000 if this is the only way they're doing this.
Well, remember, they're also counting homeless people in shelters and tiny houses as homeless too.
Okay.
So
Well, I'd love to find out. Maybe we could do a Freedom of Information request and find out how much our tax dollars have gone to this entire program, from the $57 an hour for the people sitting there, plus all the little gift cards that you say are probably just going to be sold for half, 50 cents on the dollar, so somebody can get some cash. Costs about $100 a day to keep your habit going. Is that about right?
Oh, yeah, at least.
Yeah. Okay. Andrea Suarez, I don't know how you do it, but God love you and keep going from We Heart Seattle.
Thanks.
All right. There she goes. Talking to Nate over there in traffic. Nate's got a look. Nathan?
Yes, sir. If you're trying to catch a ferry out of Kingston, you're going to run into a bit of delay. Traffic is alternating on State Route 104 at Parcells Road. That's milepost 23, where we have a collision blocking that eastbound lane. No estimated time to reopen. Right now, eastbound 104 drivers are sitting at a little over a mile backup. Seattle to Everett, hour 15. We got a thick backup from Northgate all the way through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, hour 10. We're solid from Bellevue to Alderwood. South 5 heading into Seattle is packed at 130th and Northgate. All the way to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle is a 45-minute drive. North 5 hasn't moved much all day, but it is solid from the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. 45 minutes to clear this. Northbound 405 in South Center, we're bumper to bumper from I-5 through the Renton S curves. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeways, a 45-minute commute. And both directions of State Route 18 are packed between State Route 167 and I-5. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, let's get organized. Let's reduce the stress in the house by having some closets. And you know, if your closet, wherever it is, the bedroom or downstairs, you walk in, you open the door, and there's like everything just falls out on top of you. You probably need some organization. And you'll go online, the first thing that pops up, you're like, oh, I'll hire that closet company. Wait a minute. Let me say a few good words about Closets by Design. One, locally owned. Like that idea. Family run. Like that. Been around for 22 years. Closets by Design comes into your house, not with a bunch of parts that they try to jerry-rig in there and give you whatever they can come up with. Truly customized. When they came out to the barn in Cleellen about 8 months ago, that nice lady sat down with Nick from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and the ideas were flying all over the place, and amazing. Far better than we could possibly imagine, reorganizing the garage, the master bedroom, the second floor, plus all the closets downstairs. Perfectly done without the gigantic price. 40% off plus additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. It's Closets by Design. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
I know the paint's barely dry on the new Super Bowl champ Seahawks gear, but can you believe Mariners pitchers and catchers have already reported and spring training is underway?
Holy catfish, that was fast.
They know they have a chance to win the whole thing.
Look who we have in studio.
Baseball royalty.
Rick Riz.
Congratulations to Seahawks. Now it's our time to go win a World Series.
Follow how the 2026 Mariners come together at mynorthwest.com.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
Progressive Insurance knows pets, and one of the biggest differences between people and pets is that we don't eat things off the floor. But dogs definitely will, and it makes them so happy, no matter what it looks like, smells like, or what state of decomposition it's in. We all want to go through life that carefree, and that's also why you should get Progressive Pet Insurance, because they eat things off the floor. So protect your pet from all the questionable life decisions they make. You know where they drink from when you're gone, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Fred Meyer, QFC, or Amazon Fresh. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Washington State Patrol says it's amazing nobody was seriously hurt in a high-speed chase on I-5 near Fife this morning. It ended with a crash and a struggle between troopers and a suspected impaired driver. KIRO 7 TV Samantha Lemibau reports.
Troopers say the suspect was speeding down I-5 at 102 in a 60-mile-per-hour zone as they tried to pull him over. They say the driver lost control, crashed into another car, and then hit the center barrier. The driver of the car was hospitalized with minor injuries, but troopers say it could have been much worse.
You put a lot of lives in danger, and luckily the result of this was only minor injuries and a damaged car.
Troopers say that 30-year-old driver was booked into Pierce County Jail for reckless driving, eluding, resisting arrest, and DUI as well.
Partial government shutdown is imminent after the Senate failed to advance a measure to fund the Department of Homeland Security. CBS's Nicole Killian has more.
The lines of communication appear to still be open, that these negotiations continue, and lawmakers readily acknowledge that they are willing to come back here to Capitol Hill if a deal is ultimately secured.
Federal Way City Councilman is defending a recent Facebook post expressing support for students walking out to protest ICE. After backlash, the council voted to remove Martin Moore as president, though he remains a council member. Moore tells KIRO News Radio's Gian Ursula the vote was driven by politics.
Politics played into it, and I think some of the council members weaponized it. They looked for this opportunity, and they created a very divisive moment for the council, and they're the ones that created the divisive moment in our community.
Now, Moore later deleted his post, acknowledging it was shared on his official city council accounts. Critics say Moore has a pattern of using his position to advance political causes. NBA expansion chatter is heating up even more. ESPN Shams Charania says next month's Board of Governors meeting will deliver some key financial details on adding new teams.
Financials on what it looks like when you go get a couple more expansion teams potentially. Okay. What it means for the rest of the league, what it means, how much are the valuations of those two teams going to be?
He says Seattle and Las Vegas are still the clear front runners, though any potential expansion is still a few years out. Now to the real-time traffic desk. We look at Nate Connors.
Thank you, sir. Home Comfort Alliance has the update. In Kingston, we just cleared that collision on State Route 104 at Parcells Road, milepost 23, on your way to the ferry terminal, so all lanes are back open, and you should be able to make your ferry on time. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both right around hour 10-minute commutes, so I-5 is backed up from Northgate, almost Lake City Way now, all the way into Linwood. It gets really heavy when you get into Shoreline, and 405 is solid from Bellevue to Alderwood. Everett to Marysville, 25 minutes. You're bumper to bumper from the Boeing Freeway into Marysville, and it gets extra thick there at Highway 2. Now, South 5 into Seattle, still heavy from 130th and Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle, we've gone up. It is now a 55-minute drive. North 5 entering Seattle is solid from the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal Bridge, where, of course, Revive I-5 takes up 2 left lanes, taking you 45 minutes to get through downtown. Seattle to Federal Way, 40 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia, an hour 10. You've got a 4-mile thick backup through JBLM, and now scattered backups again from Nisqually all the way into Olympia. For nearly 50 years, 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance. Right now, save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Call the comfort people, homecomfortalliance.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast looking wet tonight. Showers continuing into tomorrow, and then drying out by the afternoon. Come Sunday, mostly dry. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
While the world watches winter sports, important news and weather doesn't take a break as athletes take the ice. KIRO 7 News is here so you know what's happening now. Check in and catch up on live breaking news as it happens, in-depth investigations that impact your safety and wallet, and KIRO 7 pinpoint weather that prepares you when winter is no game. When you need to know, we're here. Always updating, always on. KIRO 7 News at 4, 5, and 6 and 7 p.m. only on KIRO 7 TV.
Well, Joe, that was well said and well read, I must say. Buc-ee's? Buc-ee's?
Yes.
Buc-ee's Auto Service Centers. You know, they got 16 locations. Last time I checked, they've been around for 50 years. 50 years have been Rick Ray's invitation. Hi, outside both two. Buc-ee's Auto Service Centers. I'm negotiating for his job because I do an invitation from about 3 seconds. But we have nothing else to say once. If it's not high outside ball two, I got nothing else, Aaron. All right, let's go. I don't know if there's any music in it. Maybe running the board in there, Wyatt. There you go. There you go. Nice. Okay. Always love to have Paula Grooms. There she is. Paula Grooms is a relationship coach, the author of Why Won't He Commit? How to Make Him Know That You're the One. She made me know that I was the one. What year was that when we got married? Is that 19?
Don't say it.
What's that?
Don't say it.
Welcome to the show, Paula Grooms.
Thank you.
This is of course, it's Valentine's Day. Now, a lot of people, the history of Valentine's Day, a little murky as to how it all got started. But they thought what was happening was Roman priests sacrificed a goat using the strips of the animal hides dripping in blood to whip women into the belief that would make them more fertile. Now that has thank God that part of the holiday has sort of faded, hasn't it?
I would say mostly.
But what is it about this particular holiday? There's so much pressure on the guy to be, romantic. And you have, of course, you come in with bad news, but it's always some solid advice that people are able to use. What's going to happen?
Thank you. I'm the bearer of bad news. 37% of breakups happen the week before Valentine's Day, on Valentine's Day, or the week after.
Oh, okay. Why? And why?
Well, because of the pressure, the expectations, probably the pressure on the men, the expectations of the women. You put those things together, and you get some nonsense.
Okay. And who's doing the breaking up? Is the guy doing the breaking up, or the woman doing the breaking up, or is it mutual?
I mean, there is both, but generally speaking, men can feel that pressure. They don't know where the relationship is going, and they don't want to give the wrong impression by doing something too big for Valentine's Day. But if they don't do enough, then there's going to be a problem. And, you men love to talk about relationship problems, don't you?
Here's the brilliance of you as a relationship coach. You, as a woman, but you also have the ability to think like a man. So when you do that, you give sometimes some very straight advice to women about how best to deal with the guy. How well do women receive that, at times unvarnished view of how they should be dating?
Well, on social media, not so well, but certainly my clients do very, very well because they get it, and they've likely gone through enough of the crap that they want to get the real deal and make their relationships work. And that's what we do. So it's very fulfilling that way.
Yeah. And when they do follow your advice, they end up with a relationship that's very satisfying. Did they see sort of the errors of their ways once they sort of figure out, I keep making the same mistake over and over and over again?
Well, yes. And, we all tend to, because everything we do in a love relationship is driven by our subconscious programming that was programmed before we were 7 years old. So we have to override a lot of that in our adult life from our conscious mind. I work with that approach.
Yeah.
And it's very effective.
I remember reading your book and speaking to you about it, in that people often marry their opposite sex parents. So they find the traits. A woman finds the traits about her father and then looks for a husband that would be similar to her quote unquote first love.
Well, actually, you're showing your age, John, because
I had work done. What are you talking about? Yeah, go ahead. That's not true anymore?
It's only partially true.
Okay.
It's the parent with whom you had the most difficult relationship and who you were most programmed by. And generally, it's that old saying, if it's not one thing, it's your mother.
Wait, whoa. So the person that you had the most difficult relationship with, so then those are the characteristics that are sort of deeply embedded in you. And then you go out into the world to try to find somebody that's similar to or creates the same stimuli to those embedded feelings?
Well, what it is our subconscious is programmed from the day we're born. We are taking in our environment and everything about what's going on in the world. We relate to us being the cause. And we do that because we're in theta brain until we're 7 years old. So if mom's unhappy, if she's depressed, if whatever's going on in that environment, we take it in that we're the cause of it. We're trying to get mom's love, attention, and affection. So what we end up being programmed is that I'm not enough. I can't make my love interest happy. I'll never get love. And if we don't realize what that programming is and we don't override it, we will find a love interest in our adult world and we try to work it out that way. And it's just a loop that we get into.
Right. Wow. I get it. Because at the beginning of your life, there's id, ego, and superego, but the kid is all ego. Everything needs to come to the kid. So there's no world outside. Wow, right. That's fascinating. Okay, you're right. It does show my age because I didn't know the second part of it. So then the rest of your life, you're spent trying to find the individual in order to right the wrongs, or is it and fill the relationship that you're. Well, don't give me that look. I'm getting close.
You are. The real deal is that your subconscious is there to keep you safe, and all it knows is what it was told. So everybody has a unique thumbprint in their brain of what love actually is. And so whatever you experienced, even if it was abusive, That's what you connote in your subconscious as what love actually is. So you actually go looking for it in the adult world, and that's what you find. Because that's what you're attracted to.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that down on a match profile that you're looking for some horrible human being.
Right. Well, do you remember that you told me you married me for one of the main reasons you married me? Do you remember what that
Because you're a lovely, wonderful human being that fulfills all of my dreams, aspirations, and you had you had a car. You had a Topaz, Mercury Topaz with 138,000 miles on it.
Must be my programming. I don't remember that one. No, that I was the best female parallel parker you'd ever met.
Wow. True. That was number 6 on that right there. Number 6. Mm-hmm. Best parallel parker. Doesn't mess around. Ooh, can you do it? And she knows her way around the New York subway like nobody else, too. By the way, you know what's my favorite memory of us? I mean, there's many, but I remember when we traded in the Mercury Topaz, and as we drove by the lot, they had it in this fenced-in lot. Do you remember crying?
Oh, did I?
Yes, you did.
Why did you? You know what's funny, too?
What?
We only talk on breakup days.
It's appropriate. Paula Grooms, number 1 in my book right there. Relationship ghost. What's that?
Nothing.
Come on, Joe.
Did you say relationship ghost?
Ghost. Coach. Show's throwing me. Author of Why Won't He Commit? And making. What's the rest of it?
My podcast, John.
Yes.
Make him wonder.
I know. I have been wondering that. By the way, I do enjoy your work, and I learn something new from you every single day, and you are still the best parallel parker I have ever seen. Thank you, Paula Grooms. Appreciate it. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Bye-bye.
Yes.
There she goes.
Bye. Do something wonderful for Nick.
All right, I will. Okay, I will. Yes, thank you, Coach. Here comes Nate. Check your traffic, Nathan.
All righty. Heavy rain at times across the region, adding to our difficult commute today. Watch for standing water. Keep a safe distance, and let's all get to our destination safe and sound. Seattle to Everett's taking an hour and 20 minutes now. That's after you get over the Ship Canal Bridge. So your backup starts in Northgate, goes all the way through North Linwood, and then this turns into a very difficult drive once you get into Shoreline. Just volume. Bellevue to Everett, hour 10. You're solid from South Bellevue to Alderwood, but you're at a pretty good pace through most of this. Now, South 5 heading into Seattle. It's packed from 130th and Northgate all the way to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle pushing an hour at 55 minutes. North 5 solid from the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal. 45 minutes to clear this. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, it's a half hour on I-90, 20 minutes on 520. And Tacoma to Olympia still holding on at an hour and 10 commute. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, Washington landlords, have you noticed that things are changing? Of course you have. New rental laws, new rules, higher costs, and a lot less flexibility. John Curley here, and most landlords I've talked to know that, well, their numbers. They know the rent, the mortgage, maybe the property value. But what numbers really matter, like taxes, vacancies, repairs, your time, and what it actually cost you. You thinking about exiting? Getting out of the business? Well, if you want to get the full picture, some rentals seem fine, but they really aren't. If you sell, what's a tax plan? Taxes can hit, and it's a nasty surprise. And that is where Madrona Financial and CPAs come in. They're hosting 2 free in-person workshops for landlords that want clarity. They'll show you how to evaluate the true performance of your rentals, whether selling makes sense, and how to do it with tax efficiency. There is no politics involved in this. There's no pressure, just real math and real expectations. It's live. It's in person. It's not a webinar. It's going to be on Tuesday, the 17th at 3 p.m. at UW-Tacoma, and on Wednesday, the 18th, 3 p.m. at the Bellevue College. Seats are going to be limited. Last time they had this, man, people were just, how do I get in? You've got to get in by reserving a spot. 833-673-7373. 833-673-7373. MadronaFinancial.com. That's MadronaFinancial.com.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
With Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, maintenance is the key to a long-lasting roof. Need an inspection, repair, restoration, moss removal, or just a cleanup? Call us today. Our first-time customers can save $99. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
If you're itching to get out in the garden and get your hands in the soil, check out Sky Nursery's schedule of gardening events to help you get ready for spring. Learn about fruit trees, roses, hanging baskets, and veggie gardening. Even a festival of willow. Details at skynursery.com.
Experience the iconic Mexican music group Bronco at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, Saturday, February 28th at 8 p.m. They've sold more than 20 million albums and performed for audiences all over the world. Now Bronco is bringing their modern take on regional Mexican sound live to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Tickets are on sale now at muckleshootcasino.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Gray whales are back in the Salish Sea. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers guaranteed whale-watching tours departing from Edmonds. Don't miss Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
One 888-973-5476. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. That is also your line to be able to get in. Tell Joe one interesting thing about yourself. Next thing you know, you are playing the Know It All quiz for a whole box of Bite Me cookies. Not just one cookie, but a whole box of Bite Me cookies. Teeny Tiny is in charge of that. 1-888-973-5476. It's going to be really easy to know what the questions are because I haven't written them yet, which means I will be writing them during the commercial break. So it's going to be really easy. Like here's question number one.
Why would you write the letter?
John had on as a guest.
This is a guy.
Paula Grooms. Paula is what to John? And then give you three choices.
Sure.
Yeah. A woman that was really good at parallel parking. Yeah, see, that would be A.
Technically correct.
She gives great advice about dating. B. C. John's first wife.
All of the above.
Yes.
Boom. Can't go wrong.
She loved that Mercury Topaz like it was her husband. This thing was a light blue car, and it was in the movie that Clint Eastwood plays a Secret Service agent in this movie. I forget the name of that movie.
Gran Torino.
No, he's a Secret Service agent. He's a Secret Service agent. And it's his job and somebody's going to try to kill him. John Malkovich is going to try to kill the president.
In the line of fire?
Is that it? Yes. Yep. And Paula used to do some acting, and she got a call from an agent friend of hers, said, hey, they need some people to appear in the line of fire. So I'll do it. So she goes down there. They go, well, we don't really need you, but we could use your car. So the Mercury Topaz ended up in the line of fire. And there's a scene where the John Malkovich character is across the street over in one of the parks. So Clint Eastwood has to run across the street. Well, whenever the actor is on the move, you got to have stunt drivers. So stunt driver drove the car, the Mercury Topaz, and then at one point he gets out of the car, and Clint Eastwood is just waiting for the next shot. And Clint comes over and leans on the car, and Paula's now in the car.
About 10 weeks now.
And he goes, "How you doing?" She goes, "Good. How are you?" "Nice car. What is this?" She goes, "Mercury Topaz. Got 138,000 miles on it. Take good care of it." He goes, "Yeah, I really love this car. Yeah, strong color." And he tapped on the wood and walked away.
That's amazing. Did she
we
get
were like, blessed by Clint Eastwood?
Did she get like the SAG daily rate for her carving in the movie?
I don't know where they paid her, but it's so funny. We go to the movies, we're like, there it is.
Oh, that's amazing.
Clint Eastwood ran right by it.
I'd be telling everybody.
The beloved Mercury Topaz, 84. Man, that car took us all over this world. Crazy kids in love.
I gotta find that.
Yeah,
find that scene.
Yeah, in the line of fire. All right.
Didn't she also introduce you to your current wife?
Thank you, Nate. Here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, Seattle to Everett, an hour and 20 minutes. We're backed up from Northgate through Linwood. Add to this, we got a stall at State Route 104 and Mount Lake Terrace blocking your center lane. Bellevue to Everett, an hour, 5 minutes. You're solid from South Bellevue to Alderwood. South 5 packed at 130th there in Northgate, all the way past the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle hovering at 50 to 55 minutes. North 5 hasn't changed much in the past couple hours, so it's solid still from the Michigan Curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on 45 minutes to clear this back up. Seattle to Federal Way, 40 minutes. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, half hour on 990. You're slow from Mercer Island across the lake into Seattle, 20 minutes on 520, and it's all clear until you hit Montlake. Tacoma to Olympia, an hour, 10 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
I know the paint's barely dry on the new Super Bowl champ Seahawks gear, but can you believe Mariners pitchers and catchers have already reported and spring training is underway?
Holy catfish, that was fast. They know they have a chance to win the whole thing. Look who we have in studio.
Baseball royalty.
Rick Riz. Congratulations to Seahawks. Now it's our time to go win a World Series.
Follow how the 2026 Mariners come together at mynorthwest.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal, then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
She and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising! After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO News Radio.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Peter King. Democrats and Republicans haven't been able to work out a compromise on what ICE should and shouldn't be allowed to do moving forward. That means funding runs out for much of the Department of Homeland Security in just 4 hours. CBS's Erica Brown is on Capitol Hill.
Both parties are trading blame for the impasse.
Democrats can build on the measures that Republicans have already agreed to if they actually engage in serious negotiations with the White House.
Their proposal is not serious, plain and simple.
Once the shutdown begins, ICE and Border Patrol will continue to be funded with money from the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, while other agencies under DHS, including FEMA and TSA, would work without pay.
He's been called the best skater in the world, often called the quad god, but American Ilya Milanin fell twice in a disastrous free skate that sent him tumbling out of the running for the gold at the Winter Games. CBS's Kelly O'Grady is in Milan.
There were nationalities all over in that crowd, not just Americans, and they could see that this individual alone out there on the ice was having one of the worst skates at the most important moment in his life thus far, the Olympic Games, and they tried to lift him up. It wasn't enough. He fought through that program, but afterwards said the pressure was unreal and that he blew it.
Now to Tucson, where investigators hope the possible evidence they've found this week will lead them to a kidnapper and the 84-year-old woman he abducted nearly 2 weeks ago. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti.
As the search continues for Nancy Guthrie, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nano says the manhunt is intensifying.
Should the suspect be afraid tonight?
I think the suspect should be afraid every night. We're going to find you.
The FBI describes the male suspect as 5'9" to 5 feet 10 inches tall, with an average build and wearing a black Ozark trail hiker backpack.
President Trump makes no secret of the fact that he wants Iran to end its nuclear program. And after a visit to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, he says negotiations are continuing.
I will say they want to talk, but so far they do a lot of talking and
no action.
And Trump says regime change in Iran would be good for the U.S. The Consumer Price Index shows a drop from month to month as well as year to year. The White House is claiming victory. Here's CBS's Weijia Jiang.
We have a statement from the White House that expectations beating CPI report proves that President Trump has defeated Joe Biden's inflation crisis. Overall inflation fell and real wages grew by $1,400 in President Trump's first year in office. They go on to talk about housing inflation that continues to cool.
This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
Coming up, a federal investigation into a local school district. That's one story after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. Seattle to Everett, plan on an hour or 10 minutes. You're packed at 130th in Northgate through Linwood. We cleared that stall at State Route 104 in Mount Lake Terrace. Bellevue to Everett, hour 5. We're solid from South Bellevue all the way to Alderwood, but you're cruising between 40 and 50 miles per hour through most of this. South 5 is packed at 130th in Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle, we're going the wrong way. Just hit 1 hour. Southbound 99, a good alternate route at this point, but it is packed from Green Lake to about mid-Lake Union. Northbound 99, you're packed through the downtown tunnel. North 5 still solid from the Michigan curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. 40 to 45 minutes to clear this. Seattle to Federal Way is a 40-minute drive. Renton to Puyallup on 167. We're improving already. We're down to 35 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia is still holding steady at an hour 10. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Granillo. One police officer hurt a suspect in critical condition after a shootout in Ballard. This happened near Adams Elementary last night. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports.
The violent scene now has one parent questioning his family's future in Seattle.
You can tell by my accent that we're not from here. It's like, it's at the point where, what point do we actually move home? Because this sort of thing doesn't happen.
Adams principal Douglas Sohn sent a letter to parents saying, quote, I recognize that incidents like this can be unsettling. Counseling and support services will be available at school to support any students or staff who may need help processing this event.
Now, police say that shooting followed a domestic violence call involving a man following a woman he knows. The suspect opened fire when officers arrived. Federal civil rights investigators are probing the Puyallup School District after a 16-year-old wrestler reported being sexually assaulted during a match with a transgender opponent.
The U.S. Department of Education's Civil Rights Division will focus on whether the district allowed male students to compete in female sports, allowed males to access locker rooms designated for female students, and failed to adequately respond to allegations of sexual assault. We've reached out to the Puyallup School District for comment, but so far, no response. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Local leaders across King County now moving to block expansion of federal immigration detention centers. Seattle Councilmember Alexis Mercedes Rink wants a one-year moratorium. County Councilmember Teresa Mosqueda is also proposing restricting ICE access to county property. These efforts follow reports of abuse at the Northwest ICE Processing Center in Tacoma. Homeless encampment near the Burt Gilman Trail in Seattle's Ballard neighborhood has now been swept by the city. As KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Shelton tells us, it popped up again, not too far away.
We first told you about this encampment back in January. That's when Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson decided to delay the sweep to try to find housing and resources for people living there. The city was able to find housing for 6 people, but one person in that encampment told us that at least 30 people had been living there. Many of those now setting up a new encampment just 2 blocks away nearer Fred Meyer.
Checking your forecast now for the weekend. Starting with tonight, we are seeing the showers continue overnight into tomorrow. Drying out for the afternoon, and then Sunday looks mostly dry. Highs each day in the upper 40s. Currently 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hi, you've reached the John Curley Show.
Please let it be
Listener
informative.
introduction line.
Please
tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy the show.
Aaron's walking
Thank
out.
you.
You can't take it.
You get your compound butter, all your herbs mixed in there with some garlic, and then you put it under the skin so it keeps the white meat extra moist.
Oh, all right.
That's a Valentine's Day recipe. And he wasn't talking about food either.
Oh, my.
Timing it. Joe, thank you for giving me your cough. All right. I guess this is Karen of the week or Karen of the month. This lady. Here, when you listen to this, I want you to realize something. When somebody says, well, you're doing something and it makes me feel something. After years of therapy and tens of thousands of dollars, I can tell you that's BS. You make the choice as to how you are going to feel. No one can make you feel anything. It is your choice. Somebody says something, right there. You have a chance, an opportunity to determine how you will react. It is up to you. So whenever you have anybody, you're making me feel. Nope. You stop them and you go, nope, no, missy. I'm not making you feel anything. Whatever you do, that is your choice of how you feel. So keep that in mind while we listen to this young lady talk about how this police officer there in Thurston County is making her feel.
What are you doing?
What am I doing here?
Why are you here?
You realize he's got his car parked in front of a school because he's filling out a police report.
I was just doing a collision report, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys going to be here much longer?
Till I'm done doing my job.
Because one of the teachers, when I dropped off over there, said y'all been circling since about 8.
You all? How many cars are there?
1.
Okay, see. How long are you all going to be here? See, in her mind, it's a cabal of people, right? Okay, here we go.
Okay, well, I'm just doing my job, so
God bless.
The quicker I
Your
do my
job at the elementary school since about 8 a.m.?
I wasn't here.
There was a collision here at the elementary school?
You have a good day. I'm going to continue to do my
You
job.
work for us, and you're scaring these families.
Okay. Well,
you
I'm
should
gonna
probably
continue
go
to
do
my
your
job.
where your job lives. Because I don't see that it needs to be right here all morning.
Yeah. I'm going to explain something. The person that I was just working with left approximately 5 minutes ago. This was a collision report for them. I'm doing my job. I gave them all their information.
Can you maybe, like for a second, acknowledge that you could be a really upsetting sight for people right now?
Yeah.
Look, ma'am, I'm just doing my job.
I get it.
So,
I get it. But like for us to be.
No, you don't. You don't get it. And besides, wouldn't you become an authority on like when cops could do their reports? And
I think kids would feel safe.
Yeah, at least see a cop. I'm like, good, no bad guys. All right, hang on.
Be able to collaborate with y'all at all going forward.
Yeah.
You're going to have to show us some humanity. You're going to have to show us
Here it comes.
that you understand the circumstances and the feelings that you evoke. Because, like, it would be so rad to feel like you're here for us. It would be so rad to feel like you guys get it and understand that you are actually the defending line between us and the fascism.
Oh, fascism.
But until, like, that's overt, until that's overt that you're part of our community,
well, ma'am,
our community,
then I don't think you should be lingering
with
here.
absolutely all due respect, I'm not going to continue to go back and forth. I'm going to try to finish my job as fast as possible. Okay? Keep in mind that you are cussing. We are in front of a school. So please just keep that in mind, okay?
I'll give you that. That's fair.
Okay, so the quicker I get this done, I can leave.
What did he say?
He said you were in front of a school and you're swearing, so...
Oh, that good one on his part. Okay, hang on. This guy deserves an award.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really not trying to bother you,
Please really be thinking about these kids and these moms.
Look, I get it, ma'am.
You know what moms are going through right now, right?
I do understand that, but let me just please, I'll get this out of the way and I'll be out of everyone's hair,
I sure
okay?
would appreciate that.
Yep. You have a good rest of your day, okay?
You too.
Yeah, they're making us feel a certain way. 50 years ago, somebody would call and a white van would show up and 2 guys in white jackets would get out and put the lady in a jacket, like a straight jacket, and put her on a stretcher and wheel her off to the crazy farm. Crazy farm. I don't even know. Take that, the loony bin. We don't have loony bins anymore. But like this person's got a whole bunch of issues.
Misguided anger.
Yes. After Karen posted it herself. She's not Karen, obviously. Posted the video on Instagram. Thurston County Sheriff Derek Sanders, the coolest, hottest dude ever that shows up on. Oh, there he is. You always have to have that angle with the things, you got all the stuff on your chest. And where's your tattoos? We don't see them right now. But there you are. Okay, all right, good. I assume this officer works for you, right, Sheriff?
Oh yes, yeah. He's a brand new deputy, brand new.
That's a brand new dude on the job. Wow.
Brand.
What you could take that example of how that individual handled that woman, and that should be shown at every single training, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's funny. So last night I got this random message from someone who I don't know on the internet that just sent me that with nothing else and just said FYI. And, people send me that stuff all the time, and I open it. I'm like, oh, that's one of our people. Well, let's watch. And after watching it, I'm smiling, thinking to myself, like, I'm just proud.
Yes.
Generally proud.
Yeah.
And I let it go. Because I'm like, this is just something someone has posted their own Instagram account. It is what it is. And so I woke up the next morning to hundreds and hundreds of tags, messages, text messages. I'm just like, okay. And so I'm looking, and it gone viral. And so I'm like, well, I guess I should probably say something now. And even the night before, I planned on basically writing a commendation letter for this deputy based on how they handled this whole thing. So that'll go in their file, in their employee file as a kudos. So.
Yeah. Sheriff Sanders, you wrote her back. Thank you for recording the encounter with our deputy yesterday. As a result of his professionalism when dealing with you, we'll be issuing him a commendation for his employee file. We encourage our deputies to spend time at our elementary schools, and staff and kids absolutely love being around our deputies and school resource officers. Thank you, with a big emoji heart. Here's the question for you, Sheriff. You've been in this for a while. Do you think of this guy, and this is pure speculating, not on this particular individual, but do you think if somebody had been on this job for like 15 years or 20 years, as some of these guys are, do you think they would still have the ability to sort of disarm and diffuse that situation? Or would they be, I guess it's probably on an individual basis, but do you notice after a while they kind of get a little callous?
Yeah, the first thing that went through my mind is that this deputy probably handled it better than I would have.
Thank you for your honesty.
There were two scenarios in my mind. I'm like, either that window's getting rolled back up and I'm just going to get back to my work, or, he said some things in there that made me upset, quite frankly, that might have gotten me to get out of my car at one point in time. The big thing for me is she said, until you demonstrate your humanity. I don't know what rock she's been under. The deputies at Thurston County Sheriff's Office have been demonstrating humanity for a very, very long time.
Right.
The school district that she's in, North Thurston, I believe, is kind of the area she's in, absolutely loves our school resource officers. They beg us to sign that contract every year. We love working with them. Deputy Rose was the school resource officer back in the day. I mean, he was going to the field trips with them and doing the humanity is there every single day that our staff are working with those kids in those schools. So to me, it's not something that resonates with me.
Right. It means using all the buzzwords. I mean, she has put herself in her own sort of post-traumatic stress syndrome in that she used fascism, humanity, community, people are afraid, mothers are terrified. I mean, I don't know what world that woman's living in. It speaks not only to this individual and that one particular encounter, but police officers having to deal with a whole variety of different people coming up. Either the person that just absolutely loves you guys, or the person that's screaming at you about whatever it is. You never know what you're going to come across when you come up to an individual, especially in situations, domestic violence cases or speeding tickets. You just never know. And whenever I see people crapping on the cops, I'm like, would you be willing to walk into someone's house where both individuals are at the most extreme and destructive point in their life? Either one are going to shoot or stab the other person, and you're going to walk into the middle of that. I mean, a domestic violence call. Would you be willing to risk your life for a job? And most people, I thought about it, would say absolutely not. But so for the people that dump on cops, they're not willing to really understand their own humanity and what the police officers put out there. I'm going to switch topics with you, Nestor, real quickly. So there's a big debate going on in Seattle. I know you're like, okay, you guys in Seattle deal with it. But do you like those surveillance cameras? Because right now, Katie Wilson, the mayor, is thinking of possibly turning them off. Where are you on surveillance cameras and then also the use of the flock cameras to catch with license plates?
Well, I think we're at a kind of a Y in the roadway a little bit in policing. you'll hear a lot of people say, we don't like your high-speed chases. We don't like your archaic tactics. We don't like that you're doing things the way you've always done them. Why won't you evolve? And then the moment that we go and put some technology out there, people are like, no, this is too much. This is Big Brother. This is surveillance. This is all the things that we don't want. And so where I'm kind of at is that, Flock is an interesting company. I think that they really kneecap themselves here in Washington State by allowing federal immigration to backdoor their system. They know that they just lost Washington State as a business partner. I mean, there's not a single police department in this entire state that's going to say, yeah, we're really willing to help violate state law and get sued and open ourselves up to all that liability. So ALPR and Flock are not the same thing necessarily. Flock is just a company that uses ALPR. So generally speaking, the technology is extremely useful. I also understand the concerns about, surveillance state and, people watching you, and can the system be abused? And those are all very valid things as well. So I think the big thing is, like, as usual, I'm going to kind of be the boring person.
That's okay.
There's probably a balanced, pragmatic approach to surveillance technology that strikes a balance between privacy and also the ability for law enforcement to adapt and solve cases.
I was shocked to see when our car got stolen from SeaTac Airport, the cop said to us, pretty good chance they'll find it within a week. And I said, why? And he said, because of the cameras that are out there. Those things taking pictures of every single plate goes by. This was a Utah plate, put it in, and bang, within 5 days or 4 days, Sheriff, they found the thing. They knew where it was. They go in. They knew where it was. It drove right on by another cop because, there goes Curley's car. And they pinned the guy in at some hotel, and there's the car. They said, that if that guy's moving that car around, that thing's going to get seen somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, there's very real, tangible benefits to it. There's also kind of the intangible fear about abuse. And so I don't pretend to have all the answers for that. We're kind of just waiting to see how state law shakes out and working with the county commissioners to see what kind of ordinance they want to adopt here. I'm more than happy to cooperate with them on that process. So yes, I see both sides to it. It's very valuable. Also needs some guardrails.
Yeah. By the way, so that particular officer will. I know there's a lot of sort of fun kind of camaraderie with the guys back at the station. Has he gotten a nickname at all, or will this go down maybe at the Christmas party? People reenact this. Where's the joking happening now?
Right now, I think everyone's just kind of rallying behind each other a little bit. I know I met with him earlier today and we kind of expressed our mutual respect for each other. He's like, hey, thanks for sticking up for me.
Yeah.
And then likewise, I'm like, well, thanks for being professional, right? I mean, it was easy to take that bait the whole time. The bait was there to rip open, and you could have won that argument, but to just stay neutral and calm and collected. And then, of course, all the deputies are texting back and forth and
yeah, I see that you're pleading the fifth on this one, so that's right. I'll let you go with it there, Sheriff. Hey, listen, I always appreciate your time. You're going to have a fabulous weekend. Did you celebrate wildly after the Seahawks won?
Well, I have bad news for you. I'm actually an Eagles fan, but I'm going to caveat this. I did vote. I was rooting for the Seahawks over the weekend. I'm super happy they won. As an Eagles fan, I just can't stand the Patriots. So I was a Seahawks fan over the weekend, and I'm super happy for the city of Seattle and Washington State in the Pacific.
Wait. Why are you an Eagles fan?
When I was younger, that was just the team I fell in love with. In like 2003, when they were, making some Super Bowl appearances and whatnot. And, of course, losing to the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then I happened to meet the love of my life, and she is from Philadelphia and is also an Eagles fan by total chance. So
wow.
It worked out for me.
Yeah. Well, and it was written in the stars for you and Michael Vick. All right. Hey, Sheriff, I'll let you back to work. Appreciate it. Have yourself a fabulous weekend.
You as well.
All right. There he goes. Okay. See ya. How about that, huh? I like the fact that at the bottom of the thing, thanks to giving me a little heart.
I know. His response.
Very respectful.
Yeah.
We encourage our deputies to spend time at elementary schools, and staff and kids absolutely love being around our deputies and school resource officers. There we go.
It was the most poetic kind of FU he could have.
Whoa, hey now, Joe.
I mean,
no, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Okay, here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan, please.
Yes, sir. Some routes are clearing out while others are going the opposite direction, like up in Everett, North 5. We're bumper to bumper from 41st all the way up to 529 heading into Marysville. It's going to take you a half hour to commute between Everett and Marysville. That's a 20-minute delay. Seattle to Everett is slowly improving, but it's still a little over an hour, 5-minute commute. It's packed from Northgate through Linwood. We cleared a stall earlier in Mount Lake Terrace, so that kind of loosened things up for us. Bellevue to Everett, 1 hour. It's slow from Bellevue to Alderwood. South 5 is still heavy from Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle, a 1-hour drive. In Canyon Park, we've got a new collision. South 405, right before the State Route 527 off-ramp. It's in your right lane. You're backed up into Alderwood. Once you get through Canyon Park, though, you're wide open until you get into Bellevue, where it's packed from 520, and that continues down to the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton's at 35 minutes. That's a 10-minute delay. And North 5 heading into Seattle, we're slowly improving, but it's solid now approaching the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. We're down to about 35 minutes from bridge to bridge. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have 3 big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
Hi, I'm Jen from Sky Nursery. If you're like me, you're itching to get out in the garden and get your hands in the soil. So check out Sky's full schedule of gardening events to help you get ready for spring. Learn about pruning fruit trees, tips for roses, a 2-day Wonders of Willow festival, hanging basket workshops, and more. Want to grow your own vegetables? I'll be sharing insights from 2 decades of veggie gardening in the Northwest. Anyone can do it. Learn more and get ready for spring at skynursery.com.
Nick, did you know this is called quit time? Did you know what that is?
I do not know.
That means right about this time of the year, people quit their New Year's resolutions.
Oh, kind of like last year.
Okay, never mind. The important thing is that both of us made a New Year's resolution that we would take better care of ourselves for each other. And we're holding to that.
We are not flaming out because...
Longevity Medical Clinic. So we get the support of Longevity. We told them what our goals were, and they're like, absolutely, we'll get you in line. So they support me, they support you, and then as a couple, they're making us accountable for the decisions we make. So we're not going to be quitting on these things. I can't remember what your New Year's resolution was around the house.
My New Year's resolution around the house was that I was going to try to get you to start putting things away.
And I was going to get you to actually learn how to cook a piece of chicken.
Oh, well, that's for next year.
Okay, fine. Either way, we've got a team behind us. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
145 over 92.
180 over 111.
182 over 100. And I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest. And then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
A lot of people don't understand, including myself. I didn't, now I do, the impact of having a stroke.
My memory is shot.
When I woke up, I couldn't speak.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
It's a new life, but I'm going to make it better. Coming back. Ask your doctor. Check your blood pressure.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gordon Christensen, and if you're a dentist as I am, or you know a dentist, please take a moment to listen. When I became a dentist, I learned how quickly poor oral health can lead to other serious health problems. And for people without access to care, these problems can spiral very quickly. I wanted to help, but I wasn't sure how I could until I joined Dental Lifeline Network. It's a nonprofit that has helped us literally change the lives of people in our communities. DLN asks dentists to volunteer to see just one of the many patients in need in your area. It's very simple. DLN screens those in need and coordinates an initial appointment that takes place in the comfort of the dentist's own office and on their schedule. Right now, there's a wait list for patients in need in your community. I'm asking fellow dentists who will join me in seeing one patient per year.
Learn more about Dental Lifeline Network at willyouseeone.org. That's willyouseeone.org.
Welcome to the first Puget Sound Express Whale Report of 2026. The whale community is celebrating the return of migrating gray whales to the Salish Sea. Each spring, majestic gray whales travel from the southern Pacific waters north to Alaska. A special group of these grays, affectionately named Sounders, enter the Salish Sea to feed on ghost shrimp. The team from Puget Sound Express report that there are more than half a dozen Sounders already in residence, including local favorites Little Patch, Gretchen, and Tahoma. Some of these whales have been visiting Puget Sound for more than 30 years. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers guaranteed gray whale tours departing from Edmonds beginning February 14th. On Valentine's weekend, the crew will hand out free roses to guests to celebrate the occasion. Puget Sound Express tours are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. They guarantee you'll see whales or your next trip is absolutely free. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Sometimes we hang on to our old attorneys and coaches too long. They've been around, they've done good work. But when the legal game changes, you need a team that is hungry to win now. At Bible Law Group, we're that faster, hard-hitting legal team, ready to fight for every inch in the courtroom. With over 40 million closed for our clients, we know how to win, and we're ready to take on the biggest legal case of your career with you. Don't stick with a playbook that's gone stale. Switch to the legal team that's ready to win now. Let Bible Law Group be your linebacker in the courtroom. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. Federal lawmakers have left the nation's capital for the weekend. They have no plan in place to fund the Department of Homeland Security. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says Democrats remain split with Republicans over new limits on ICE.
Dramatic changes are needed at the Department of Homeland Security in terms of ICE.
CBS's Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill.
There have been offers that have been going back and forth, but Democrats want to see some type of legislative commitment before they greenlight additional funding to ICE and other agencies, including the entire Department of Homeland Security.
All southbound lanes of I-5 slammed to a stop this morning near the Puyallup River Bridge. That is where troopers say a suspected impaired driver was going 102 miles an hour. He lost control, hit another car, then bounced off the center median. Trooper Cameron Watts says an officer then rushed in.
During that situation, that subject gave fight to the trooper, but that trooper was able to overcome that.
And amazingly, no one was seriously hurt. Burien police found a missing boy early this morning. Now he is in serious trouble with the law, as we hear from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
They found this boy behind the wheel of a stolen Honda Civic. Just after midnight, it was spotted weaving around without any lights on. A Burien deputy pulled the car over, and the driver, who, by the way, is not old enough to even have a learner's permit, had been reported missing. He was taken to the juvenile detention center, but they wouldn't let him in because he claimed he'd smoked a pound of fentanyl. So the deputy took him to the hospital, which cleared him to go back to juvenile detention. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
NBA may be inching even closer to bringing back the Sonics. ESPN's Shams Charania says next month's Board of Governors meeting will dig deeper into the financials and the logistics of adding expansion teams.
And then potentially in the summer, as 2026 goes on, have a potential determination. But my understanding is Seattle and Las Vegas are the front runners.
And while expansion talk is gaining some steam, any new teams are still years away, likely. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk coming up on 5:33. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, it is still really busy out there. Everett North 5, we're now bumper to bumper between Highway 2 and 529. It's still about 25 minutes between Everett and Marysville. Seattle to Everett, basically we're down to a solid hour now. It is packed, though, from Northgate through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, also 1 hour. You're slow from Bellevue to Alderwood, and then you're going to hook into that northbound I-5 back up through Linwood. In Canyon Park, we've got a collision south 405 at State Route 527. It's just before that off-ramp, so you can still take that exit. You're backed up into Alderwood. South 5, we're packed heading into Seattle, about 130th and Northgate, all the way down the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood, Seattle has improved to a 45-minute drive. North 5, heavy at the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge, about a half hour from bridge to bridge. Seattle to Federal Way, 35 minutes. Let's see, Tacoma to Olympia, still an hour and 10 minutes. We're crowded through South Tacoma. Got a 4-mile backup through JBLM, 6-mile backup between Lacey and Olympia. In the South Center, northbound 405, it's still bumper to bumper from I-5 through the Renton S-curve. South Center to Bellevue is a half-hour commute. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Going to see rain continue for tonight and into tomorrow morning for some spots, then turning mostly cloudy but dry for Saturday night and Sunday. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
There we go, Wilcox Family Farm Eggs. It's that time again. Gather the kids around the radio set. Here we go, everybody. Spin the giant wheel, teeny, if you've been so kind. That is the Wilcox Family Farm Eggs recipe wheel. All the names of all the players are on the wheel. Red, green, yellow, blue. Many, many lights. The kaleidoscope of colors. And it lands on Joe. Joe, I couldn't see you from here, but you just go ahead.
Wow, this one's super easy. You just go down to your little convenience store that's on the bottom floor of the building you work in. Mm-hmm. You buy a 2-pack of Wilcox Family Farms hard-boiled eggs. I think they're about $4.
This is your go-to.
They're delicious.
Excellent.
There we go. All right, now time to play the Know-It-All quiz. His name is Jason. Oh, God, it's Jason again. He lives in Langley. And one of the many interesting things about him as he makes numerous tinfoil hats in his spare time for the show, and he sends them into the John Curley Show. Yes, he does. We have a whole collection of these, Jason. Hello, and welcome to the show.
Hey, I noticed the last couple looked really large on you, and I wanted to make some miniature ones. That way they would fit your head.
Yes, thank you. I do have a smaller head. Yes, the last one was quite large. It was a baseball hat that you had constructed into a giant tinfoil hat. So Joe has them all on it.
Country Club.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you for that. You know, I got to tell you, of all the people that text in to want to play the Know-It-All quiz, Joe was like, gosh, you know, I don't want to. Where are we catching Jason? Is this the third beer, the second beer? Where are we at 5:30 in the afternoon, Jason?
Hey, you know what? I like my Rolling Rocks, and it's 5 o'clock. So
it's 5 o'clock. You know. Wow, that is an old school reference right there, my friend. He has been a fan for a very, very long time. All right, so are we 2 Rolling Rocks in? Because the questions are really easy. We don't want to have to, get you out of your vehicle and have you do a field sobriety test. You're okay and ready to go?
Yeah, as long as I could roll the dice and guess right.
I think
I got this.
It's going to be real simple. And it's going to be a whole box of Bite Me cookies, not just one cookie, but the whole box of Bite Me cookies coming your way.
Oh, yum.
By the way, thank you. Jason, I see the area code, 714. Where is that? Where are you from originally?
Yorba Linda, California.
Oh, Yorba.
Yeah.
Why did you leave there?
Because Yorba Linda, California kind of stunk. And Whidbey Island really is horrible. Nobody should ever visit there or move there.
Okay, so stay away from there. It's just as bad as Loma
Linda.
Yorba Linda.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Joe, you guys can share horrible stories about the place. Joe,
I've never spent any time in Yorba Linda, but I've not heard good things.
Okay. All right.
Much better parts of California.
Did you leave friends and families behind, Jason, when you left California and came to Washington?
I have a sister down there. She's doing really good.
Okay. All right. Just checking. All right. Tone and tenor of this wonderful relationship we've developed over the years, Jason, well, it's going to be tested.
Much love.
Much love. Well, not right now, my friend, because now with a minor key.
All right.
This is the beginning.
Let's go.
Relationship dating coach Paula Grooms was a guest on the show today. John has a special relationship with her. What is it, Joe?
Is it A, Paula is John's secret love child? B, Paula is John's first wife, or C, Paula was John's personal driver for her ability to parallel park?
I believe she was number one.
Ooh.
Wait, number one means B.
That's right. You are correct. Wow. The judge, will we accept that? The judges did accept that. There we go. At this point, how many does Jason have? Correct, Joe.
He has one correct, Joe.
Here we go. Moving on to number 2. We learned why lovers kiss. What was not one of the reasons? Joe.
A, kissing is a great way to trade gum without anyone knowing. B, it's what you do when you have nothing else to say. Or C, kissing is the fastest way to see if the other person has bad breath.
Oh, I thought there was puking involved. We're going to go with B.
Actually, sure. All of them, because we didn't mention any of these. You're absolutely right. Wow, you were on a roll. You know, when you go back to California to visit your sister, you can just let her know, hey, you want a cookie? I got them for free.
That's right.
That's what you can say, Jason. You ready?
Ready.
This is the third one because I didn't have time to write any more.
All right, let's go.
Paula was a professional actress. If she appeared in a movie with Clint Eastwood, and Clint was impressed with her what, Joe?
Was it A, her kissing, B, her acting ability, or C, her Mercury topaz?
Oh, no. I'm going to have to guess with C.
You're guessing C. He's guessing C. And again, the answer to C is what again, Joe?
Her Mercury topaz.
Mercury topaz. The judges say yes. Jason, congratulations. You sweep the board.
Woo! A little bite to be nibbled out of each one of them.
Right, hang on. You take it down. I can't even hear you. What'd you just say?
I expect a little bite to be nibbled out of each one of them.
Every single one of the cookies is tested.
Little taste.
Just a
She's going to kiss him this time.
Just a little taste. You know, like if somebody were involved in the illicit exchange of cocaine and the person takes a little bit before they give you theirs. Not that you know anything about that, but Teeny gets a little bite of each cookie just to make sure it's tasty. That's all.
Make sure it's not poison.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. She's willing to risk her life for you. Okay, big
called the connection tax.
Big
Thank you guys so much. You guys rule, by the way.
You rule for ruling us. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. Stay on the line.
Wait.
What?
Big plans.
Oh, yeah, big plans for the weekend. What's going on? How will you ever top this? First of all, this is the pinnacle. Everything after this, Jason, comes downhill. So what are you going to do?
It's going to be amazing. Tomorrow, I get to wake up and go to work, and I'm going to serve up to 300 different customers each day for tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Where do you work, Jason?
Payless Foods in Langley or in Freeland, Washington.
Payless Shoes or Foods?
Foods. I know, right? It took me a while to get used to the whole Payless. It's not shoes thing. It's
that's a California thing, huh?
What do you mean? Wait. Payless Foods? And what do you mean you serve them? Is it a restaurant?
No, I'm a checker. I'm a grocery store.
Oh, okay.
And I get to say, hi, how you doing 300 times a day about.
Okay. By the way, there at Payless, do they also keep track of your scanning speed?
No, actually. They really are conscious about trying to be social to the people that run in there. And it's really good for that, but there's not enough check stands to do that so much anymore.
Yeah. Do you see regulars coming in all the time and buying various ointments?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. We live in a retirement kind of community, so there's a lot of older folks that come through Payless Foods.
Yeah. A lot of rashes. All right, the judges okay with rashes? Yes, they are. All right, Jason, thanks a lot. Joe's he knows where you live.
I got it all.
You got it all. All right, have a good weekend with
you guys.
selling rash ointments. Okay, there goes Jason out the door. Nicely done. All righty.
I was shocked. I thought he was going to be much drunker.
Nope.
I mean, he was pretty drunk, but not as drunk as I thought he was going to be.
I'm sure he's still listening.
Oh, that's fine. He's not offended.
Okay.
He told me he was drunk at 3:30.
We'll let them all in.
That's right.
Sometimes the drunker, the better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There we go. We should get the thing sponsored by some alcohol. Nope.
No.
Here's Nate checking traffic, Nathan.
This one brought to us by Bucky's Complete Auto Care. Everett North 5, still heavy from Highway 2 up to 529, 25 minutes to get through this. Seattle to Everett, right around an hour. Still heavy from Northgate through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, 1 hour. You're slow from Bellevue to Alderwood, but then don't forget you got to hook into that northbound I-5 backup heading through Linwood. Canyon Park, we cleared that collision south 405 at 527. It's on your right shoulder, though, so it's still causing a bit of a slowdown, and you're backed up into Alderwood. South 5 heading into Seattle, still heavy from Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle, 40 minutes. North 5 through downtown Seattle. It's packed from West Seattle to the Ship Canal Bridge, but now we've got a couple more things to add to that. Just before Olive Way, a new crash blocks your center lane, and then just past that at Mercer, a stall blocks your left center lane. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. That's still a 10-minute delay. North 405 and South Center, still heavy from I-5 through the Renton Landing. South Center to Bellevue's at 25 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia, still over an hour 10 minutes. For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers Stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO News Radio.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify.
You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-455-5544. 800-455-5544. Again, that's 800-455-5544.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Hey, let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Oh, great idea. But first, we should get a new TV. One of the top-rated brands. Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, I'll start shopping on the internet and then head over to the Warehouse Club.
Well, but if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at video only, not online or at the club.
Video only?
Yep. We can save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Or we'll be sorry.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Okay. We missed Buc-ee's, didn't we? We missed the Buc-ee's
No,
spot.
we got it.
Oh, I did get it. Yes, right.
We got it all.
Hudson, is he going to sing something for us?
Just very, very few words, please, Hudson.
I'm a mailman.
Perfect.
All right. He is the mailman. He's established that. We'll get to later today. First, take care of all the rest. Joseph?
Dennis in Seattle says, Pramila, J-Pal, be quiet. I'm trying to watch my stories. Brought to you by Folgers Coffee. Do you think the coffee mogul Howard Schultz is going to buy the Seahawks?
These are rhetorical questions, I assume.
Yep.
Thank you, Dennis. 253 says the experts recommend a 6-second kiss when you leave home. Yes, I was wrong. It wasn't 20.
Although a 20-second hug is also recommended.
That's what I meant.
Yes, see?
Thank you. Stand corrected. Thank you.
Jerry in Tukwila says, I think it's hugging that needs to be for 20 seconds, but if you like who you're kissing, 20 seconds wouldn't be so bad.
Yes. Rihanna in Arlington says, Joe, can I get a shout out from Mom Stephanie today? During a text of the day, she's here visiting from Squim, and it would just tickle her to death. I'm sure to hear her name on the old radio show.
Stephanie, shout out. Nice. Take the next one. That's
yes, Stephanie. Congratulations for having a wonderful daughter. Dwayne in the QF says Langley is why tigers eat their young. Is where tigers is why.
Yep.
Langley is why tigers eat their young. I lived on South Whidbey for 22 years.
Yeah, he was offended by Jason saying that Whidbey Island was awful.
Well, no, the reason he said that is he didn't want anybody to move there. You see, psychological.
But he lives in Langley, not Whidbey Island.
happen. My God.
Come on, man.
Where is Jason's booze when you need it?
360 says, you guys are frauds. You don't belong here. You're only here because of your easy schedule and Boston's East Coast bias, Salk. The only difference between your show and the Patriots is that with your show, the Seahawks fans are the losers. But like the Super Bowl, you're considered boring by the rest of the country.
Who is that written to?
Every once in a while, we get texts. I think we must be like a digit off from
those guys.
Those guys, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's not
let me
for
take
us.
that over to, let me take that over to Mike right away.
There you
I'll
go.
just pull that over, put
Perfect.
that off to the side.
Perfect.
Let's see. I mean, but yeah, Sullivan's letter. Ann in Renton says, John, I really love the love letter from the Confederate soldier's husband.
Oh, look, it's Tin Hat Jason. He said, geez, if I wanted to cry, I would have listened to Nickelback's first album.
Sue in Woodville, Woodville says, I'm glad somebody's finally asking about the arrest and prosecution of these guys.
Absolutely relevant to the Sullivan letter.
Okay.
And now it is time for the letter of the
You
day.
just tell it's Friday. Go
Yes,
ahead,
it is.
hit it.
This is from Jessie B. She says, hi, guys. Here's my haiku for Friday.
Oh, good.
Friday the 13th. Pitchers and catchers report. Be my Valentine.
Nice. Wow. Well, so much there. Thank you, Jesse B. Beating us
Right,
in
no more.
to one more hour. Thank you, Jesse, for that.
Thank you, Jesse.
Hibernation season after the Super Bowl and before the opening day. Men go into hibernation.
Ah, fun fact.
Okay, whatever. End this segment on a dumb joke. Here's Nate. Checking traffic, Nathan.
Thank you, John. The KIRO Newsradio app has our update. Seattle to Everett, still 1 hour. You're still bumper to bumper from 130th there in Northgate through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, 55 minutes. It's still slow from about mid-Bellevue to Alderwood. In Canyon Park, South 405 at 527. Our collision on the right shoulder still has traffic slowing at the scene, and that's why you're backed up into Alderwood. It's a half-hour commute between Linwood and Bellevue. Now, South 5 heading into Seattle is packed from 130th in Northgate all the way to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle's at 50 minutes. Southbound 99, a good alternate choice, but it is heavy. In fact, it's still bumper to bumper from the zoo down to South Lake Union. North 5 heading into Seattle remains packed between the West Seattle Bridge and Ship Canal Bridge. We cleared a couple of our earlier blocking issues in the middle of that, and we're looking at a half hour to make it through downtown. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes, still packed at 520 to the Renton Landing. Tacoma to Olympia, we're down to 1 hour. It's crowded in South Tacoma, still really thick through JBLM, and then 6 miles of scattered backups between Lacey and Olympia. Text app to 888-973-5476 and download the KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Somebody texted me and said, John, you've been talking about closets for a while, so I started walking around my house and I realized how disorganized everything is. And now all I keep thinking about is how disorganized I am. Listen, I can't fix that. That's up to you. If you've got a lot of mess in the house because stuff just starts to pile up after a while. The letter went on to explain that their kids have returned home from college and they're in the house, but the thing is they brought all their stuff back. So if you find yourself with more stuff in the house and you have a way to organize it, let's get organized. Closets by Design will come in and they will give you a customized closet and they will give you the organization that you've been looking for without the gigantic prices. Closets by Design, locally owned, been around for 22 years. It's a family-run business. They try to source all their materials right here in the Pacific Northwest, and here's the good news. When they came up to the barn and they did the work there in the garage, in the master bedroom, and the other bedroom, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really expensive. No, Closets by Design, 40% off, plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Closets by Design, 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have 3 big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
If you've been sitting in traffic long enough to finish a podcast and question your life choices, it's time to flip your trip. Ride transit. Find a park and ride or roll past stress on a bike or scooter. Free yourself from traffic jams at flipyourtrip.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about artificial intelligence.
I cannot answer that.
Many professions are using it, and allegedly some are even being taken over by it. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know police are leveraging AI, whether it's analyzing body cam footage, reading license plates, or even facial recognition. AI has become a helpful tool, enabling officers to work more efficiently. And efficiency for them means more people getting pulled over. You can't chat GPT your way out of a high BAC. Getting legal advice from AI is no substitute for an attorney. Use AI correctly, or it can result in trouble, like a self-driving car taking you home from a bar.
You have reached your destination.
So call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. If you get pulled over for DUI, the only thing you need your smart device to do is call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY!
He was the heart of your family, and he taught you our history. He helped you fix your first flat. He was the best backyard DJ around. And every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect in a time when connection has never been more important. But there is something we can do. Embrace our older loved ones through StoryCorps Connect. With StoryCorps Connect, you can honor seniors remotely with an interview about their life. Every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history, so that years from now, future generations can listen in.
All right, Grandpa, what's one piece of advice you have for me?
Just 3 words, sweetheart. Live with courage. The man that had the best stories still has plenty of stories to tell. So connect virtually and share the conversation of a lifetime at storycorpsconnect.org/AARP. Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
It's a great time to visit Subaru of Puyallup during the Subaru A Lot to Love event for extra savings through March 31st. Visit your stress